Morning.
A Maryland man has died after police say his Lyft driver ordered him out of the car in the middle of a Delaware highway. Police say 6 friends had ordered a Lyft ride from Dewey Beach back to Bethany Beach. During that ride, a dispute arose, and the Lyft driver stopped in the highway left lane and demanded the group get out. A 43-year-old man exited on the right side and was struck and killed by a passing vehicle. Jason Walker reporting.
Dozens of people have evacuated 2 towns on Japan's main southern island of Kyushu, where a volcano has been spewing ash and large rocks into the sky. Giant rocks falling as far as 1.5 miles from the center of that volcano, and that last night. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday. Welcome to Monday. Hope you had a good one.
No, that was all right.
Looked like you did. I saw a bunch of pics on online with the birthday party.
Saturday was great. Saturday was fun. It was really cool because I was able to pull off a surprise almost by force. So we showed
by force as in or as in the force.
Let me explain. We get to the park. It was kind of cool because we got to the splash pad and like Misty and I arrived at the exact same time.
Okay.
And we sprung into action. We were started looking for tables. The thing was we wanted to get there early to get one of the good gazebo tables with the shade.
With the covering and all
right.
that. Yeah.
Right. So we show up and there was just a guy there. He's kind of hanging out, sitting there watching his kids. Real nice dude. And he told us, I was saving this one for you.
Oh.
So luckily we got the good gazebo table. We started immediately into party mode. Started blowing up balloons, wrapping streamers around everything and setting it up. I hadn't gotten the kids yet. Then everybody showed up. It was, I'm not used to things going this well for me.
Nice.
I went and got the kids. And as we were approaching the park, I was like, it's going to be obvious that we're showing up to her birthday party. I want this to be a surprise.
Right.
So I said, Rhiannon, I need you to do me a favor. When we get close to the park, I need you to take this towel and put it over your head.
That won't rouse suspicion.
That would confuse any kid. A kid on the spectrum who asks nothing but questions. I went through a nonstop 5-minute interrogation. Finally, we got to the park, and I'm like, just Rhiannon, trust me, put this over your head. She put it over her head. I had to guide her to the thing, and then I said, you can take the towel off. And as soon as she said, happy birthday, it was great.
Oh,
it was
good.
Awesome.
Well, good. Well, she loved it.
She kept running up saying, I was so surprised. I'm so happy. It's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad she felt special Saturday. Good deal. Had a good time. Everybody had fun. Lots of cake and fun and frivolity.
Lots
and
of
all
frivolity,
that.
yeah.
Good deal.
Friends showing up. Yeah, it was good times.
But pics looked like they all had a bunch of fun out there. So good deal.
So mission accomplished.
Well, hope everyone else had a good weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how was yours?
It was good. It's fine. Really didn't do did some honeydews, got a haircut.
Oh, nice.
Just went swimming Saturday, just did some honeydews and not a whole lot of work, just kind of chilled.
Nice.
Hung back, watched a little TV, things like that, Went outside, swam, just had a good weekend.
I forget what real weekends are like. Like, I mean, I was half dad mode this weekend, and the other half was, just like hustle mode, basically. Yeah. I think I experienced sun poisoning yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday was rough. I was having to like take 20-minute breaks and like go to a friend's house and borrow their air conditioner for just a second because it was
getting
rough.
Hot at the place.
I was just damp all day. Like all of me was just sweaty. It was hard.
Well, good news is it's going to be pretty much the same all week.
Yep.
20% chance of rain with highs right around 100 every day.
You know what?
It's pretty much.
As long as we stay around 100, because Steve was being pretty optimistic in the weather forecast. He's calling for upper 90s. I know that doesn't sound optimistic, but when we were dealing with 108 degrees, 109 degrees last week, upper 90s kind of sounds awesome.
Yeah, although I'm looking at the National Weather Service. Today, 100. Tomorrow, 100.
Shut up.
Wednesday, 100.
Son of a gun.
Thursday,
100.
99.
Yay!
Friday, 97.
Ooh, okay.
You know what, though? This weekend...
Are we trending down?
We got, like, legit rain chances this weekend, it looks like.
Really?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's pretty much every day of this week, it's like a 20, 30%. And then we get to Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and it's 40%.
Honestly, a little cloud cover wouldn't be a terrible thing.
It's like a 40% chance of rain Friday, a 40% Friday night, 40% Saturday, 40% Saturday night, and a 40% Sunday. So that's pretty good to me.
Yeah.
We'll see. Granted, there's like 5 days between now and that day.
Yeah.
Friday. So we'll see if that...
Cards subject to change, as they say.
But as of right now, our rain shot looking pretty good. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see what happens here. But anyway, welcome to the work week. Hope you're having a good week thus far. And it's early if it's not, so you got a lot of time to turn that around.
Plenty of time to either make or break it.
Exactly. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay an interview this hour. We had the folks from Healthy Kids Chavez County join us Friday, talking about Splash and Dash happening this Saturday out at the ENMUR pool. Mm-hmm. Talked about that. Talked about just back to school. We actually had joining Healthy Kids Chavez County the food. I guess you say the food services director for the RISD and for Dexter schools.
I believe last week of free lunches for kids this week.
Well, that's the good news, is what they announced was this school year. Free breakfast, free lunch, all students
Everybody.
in RISD and Dexter schools.
It's awesome.
So, yeah, it's a pretty good deal, too.
I'm desperately encouraging my kid to start eating school lunch.
Good deal.
We pack her a lunch every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly just snack foods because we know that's what she'll eat. I'm thinking this year, we don't pack her a lunch. This year, she just needs to eat the school lunch.
How is she with selecting things for lunch from school lunch?
Not great.
Yeah.
We've gotten her to successfully eat a couple of different school lunches, but it's been a challenge.
Tater tots probably pretty safe.
Tater tots usually a safe bet. Pizza usually in general is a safe bet. But I'm just, and she'll eat pretty much any kind of like amalgamated chicken parts.
Okay.
Like chicken nuggets shaped into different things. She's fine with.
Okay.
Usually. Although I did get her chicken tenders from Sonic the other day, and I literally watched her eat it like around the edge of the chicken tender.
Really?
Yeah, like left the good chicken part.
Huh.
Yeah.
She didn't like that.
She has a thing for breading. So she likes batter. So she basically just ate all the crispy parts off.
Taking Long John Silver's, they get all that pieces of fried at the bottom.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to. Yeah, that made me. Me and my friend used to do that in high school. We used to go after school and we'd go to Long John's because back in the day you could get them for free.
The fried?
The Crispies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just you ask for Crispies and they'll give them, think of them for free, like a boat of them. And I would go and we'd just put like malt vinegar and just all kinds of stuff on them. We did that one time. And we used to do this all the time. But one time I got violently ill for like an entire weekend. I have never eaten Crispies from Long John Silver's ever since.
You must have got the extra crispy Crispies.
It was, I have never been, before or since, I have never been this ill in my entire life.
Wow.
I was a human two-way sprinkler.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Oh, it was rough.
Wow. Who wants some fried chicken?
I don't know what was wrong with them. And maybe it wasn't even that. It might have been something else. I made horrible decisions when I was a kid. It might have been something else.
Could have been.
But I just know that was what I, detective.
Also that day, he did Russian roulette at the Slurpee machine, about 10 other different things.
Yeah, I probably had a Slurpee suicide. And I think at one point I shoved a shopping cart into somebody else's solar plexus. Yeah, we made bad decisions.
But it was the fried.
It's got to be the Krispies.
Oh, man. So we're going to start to do the rundown.
The kid's job is counted coming your way this hour.
That's right. That's where that started. So we're going to replay that interview for you here in just a few. In the 8 o'clock hour, Kent McInnes is going to be calling in.
Nice.
That can mean only one thing. It's time for Old Lincoln Days, which is happening August 5th, 6th, and 7th in the beautiful village of Lincoln, New Mexico.
Nice.
So we'll talk about this year's Old Lincoln Days and Last Escape of Billy the Kid. And you should go for as a birthday thing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool. And give us an update on what's on tap for this year's festival. Then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we're scheduled to have the folks from the Roswell Literacy Council join us for their monthly visit. I believe it'll be Larry Martin, might be one other there joining us, and just give us an update what's going on at the Literacy Council. Of course, last time we talked to them last month, they were getting full back into after COVID and fully open and looking for volunteers and looking for people to come and take advantage of their services. So we'll get an update from them here about 9:15 or so. Plus, we'll have all of the features that we normally have that are included with your show, with your show package price. The news of the local and national variety, along with your Hannity, town hall business, all that stuff.
You get all this, and it's only 25 cents more.
That's right.
I don't want it. I want a doggone liter of cola.
Yeah.
Sorry. I watched Super Troopers recently.
We all fall for the quarter more thing, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was just me.
Except for Farva.
Yeah.
I don't want a large Farva.
I was like, the rest of us take the quarter upgrade, right? Yeah,
of course.
So. I didn't think I was
just
weird.
25 cents more. And look what you get.
All right, it is 7:16. I have weather, but it's labeled funny.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see what shows up. Here's your weather. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. We're expecting upper 90s on our afternoon highs and just enough moist air working its way into our area for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around Carlsbad and Artesia. Mostly sunny and hot for Roswell. Few clouds overnight down to about 70, and then sunny and hot again on Tuesday. Slim chance of a late day thunderstorm and upper 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 56%. Winds currently out of the east at 3 miles per hour. As I had mentioned earlier, a pattern exists in our weather this week. But some rain chances, which is in the pattern. So it's a good thing. But if you like sunny with highs around 100, this is the week for you. But 20% chance of rain this afternoon after 4. Sunny and hot, high of around 100. South winds 10 to 15. Tonight, 20% chance of rain between 1 a.m. and 4 p.m. The sweet spots there. Mostly clear with an overnight low of 72. South winds 5 to 10. For you Tuesday, sunny, hot, high of 100. South winds 5 to 15. 20% chance of rain tomorrow night. Between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m., partly cloudy with an overnight low of 73, south winds 5 to 15. Wednesday, 20% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, highs once again near 100 with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 30% chance of rain Wednesday night, mainly between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m., partly cloudy, overnight low of 73. Thursday, 30% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, highs right around 99, 30% Thursday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 72. And then rain chances increase for the weekend. And for Friday, 40% chance of rain, mostly sunny, 97. And 40% Friday night as well, overnight low of 72. 40% chance of rain Saturday, partly cloudy, 98. 40% Sunday, Saturday night with an overnight low of 73 and a 40% chance of rain Sunday, partly cloudy, 97. So we'll see. Hopefully get some moisture this week after all that. All those chances. Let's see. It is 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take about a 2-minute commercial break. And then on the other side of the break, we're going to play our interview we had Friday with the folks from Healthy Kids Chavez County, and then also the RISD and Dexter Food Service Directors as well. That interview's up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A nice summer run for today. We including cow-calf pairs, bred cows, and calves and yearlings. We expect to sell 700 head, breaking down like this. 100, 125 weighing cows and bulls, 125 to 150 pairs and bred cows, 450, 500 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 24 cow-calf pairs, the McGuire Ranch, Marfa, Texas. Excellent quality black white face Angus cross cows with Angus calves inside. Cows 5 to 9 years old. 64 bred cows, JW Cattle Company, Fort Sumner, New Mexico. Excellent quality 90% black white face Angus cross cows. Long bred to Bill King Charolais bulls. Cows 5 to 9 years old. 91 calves, Mr. David Gable, Roe Mesa, New Mexico. Excellent quality black white face Angus and Charolais cross calves. Thin to medium condition. 350, 500 pounds. Several smaller sets of high-quality Navy calves and light yearlings with condition for today. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sell pairs of bred cows 9:30 to 10. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10 to 10:30. It will be a short one today, so don't be late. We expect to sell 700 head today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force. And if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff. And you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, of course, Paula Camp back with us with Healthy Kids Chavez County. And then also joining us in studio this morning, your food service, I guess be food service director, is that the official titles here for both Dexter and Roswell? Kim Meeks with Roswell and Shelley Montgomery with the Dexter Schools. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you all doing today?
Very good. It's not hot yet.
Not hot yet. Well, and now we're kind of we settled in. There's like that little 20% chance of rain, 99 every day. That's kind of where we're at for right now. So.
Right.
But I imagine you ladies are getting busy here, gearing up for back to school here. I don't know. Do you guys have any kind of break during the summer, or is it pretty much all work planning for the next year kind of thing?
Correct. Year round. With summer lunch going on, we started planning next year already before school was out last year. So we just continue on getting menus ready and all that kind of stuff. So never ends.
Probably little less cooking. I mean, you cook for the summer stuff and all that, but that's probably not the volumes it would be during the school year. So
right.
Maybe a little less hotter in the kitchens.
More sack lunches.
There you go. It's like a lot of fruit, a lot of cold things.
Right.
But I guess before we talk school stuff, do you want to talk with the events next week, or where do you want to?
Oh, sure. I'm glad to. Healthy Kids Chavez County, along with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell campus, we're sponsoring a Splash and Dash.
Yes.
Which is July 29th.
Next Saturday.
Yes, a week from tomorrow. The kids will have a swim, and then they will have a run.
Yeah, and it's by age group.
It is by age group. We have 10 and under,
11 to 14, and 15 and older, and then an adult run.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be
The
starting...
once-wasers, I believe, is the official term there.
Yeah, once was with W's. Yeah, that's where I would fall.
Yeah.
So we're going to start at 8 a.m. with the 10 and under, and then it'll be every 30 minutes. After that, at 9, we'll do the 15 and older and the once was.
Yeah, and it's on age group, and they're not doing full marathons and things. Like the younger ones, they'll do a short swim and a run.
Right.
As they get a little older, they do like a run, swim, run, and I think the adult version's a run, swim, but they're not full marathons.
No.
It's just the training and kind of introducing them to the sport, basically.
Right, and Perry Tolles is organizing this.
There's a biathlon and what's the other one? Pentathlon. I think is the other one he does. Yeah.
And the 10 and under is a 25-yard swim and a 500-meter run.
Mm-hmm.
The 11 to 14 is 50-yard swim and a 1K run. And the 15 and older is a 1K run and a 50-yard swim and then a 500-meter run. So they do 3 different things, as does the once was.
And the cost is very, I think it's like $5
It's $5 for the under up to 15 and older, and then the once was is $15.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And they will give awards up through 5 places.
Nice.
Yes. So we'll be out there welcoming people, and there's the link. You can go on our Facebook, on Healthy Kids Chaves County Facebook, and we have a link where you can sign up if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We'd love to have as many kids out there and adults as we possibly can.
Absolutely. You can also, if you have questions, want more information, you can contact Kim over at the NMUR pool there, 575-624-7305. She can answer questions for you. Also, if you have some free time tomorrow, Perry's going to be doing like lessons for this beginning at 10. They do their open swim, or not open swim, the lap swimming is open from 10 to 11 every day out there, and then they open for open swim at the pool there right after. But last Saturday and this Saturday at 10 a.m., he's doing like a little swimming training. So if you want to swimming lessons to the triathlon training, that transition from swimming to running, and he's helping kids train for that stuff. So I believe it's free too. So if you want, come on out this Saturday, tomorrow, at 10 a.m. out to the NMUR pool there.
And it's the outdoor pool.
Yeah, the outdoor pool.
Outdoor pool.
And Perry will sit there and work with the kids there for an hour or two tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then, of course, come on out next Saturday for the Splash and Dash.
Yes, we're excited about it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And like I said, go to the Healthy Kids Chaves County Facebook page to find a link to register. And if you want to talk to someone live and ask more specific questions, reach out to Kim over at the NMUR pool. Again, that's 575-624-7305. So
thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And go back and check out our interview we had with Perry Tolles, because I kind of talked with him a little bit about like training for these things and kind of the work that he's put in over the years doing this stuff. And so if you kind of want to learn a little bit more about Perry, check out our interview with him in our section there online and all that stuff. So. But you guys have got some stuff to announce too for the food side here. This is where, with kids going back to school here, there's some great news updates and things we want to kind of get put on families' radars here for all of Chaves County. Really, I know we have Roswell Dexter here, but you know this kind of applies for all of Chaves County here. Talk about some of the stuff some of the changes that's going on, and some of the things that the parents are going to like hearing here, I think.
Well, I think one of the things that Kim and I are here to announce, Dexter is completely CEP this year, and that's community eligibility provision.
Gotcha.
And what that means is that every student attending school will get free breakfast and free lunch the entire year.
That is great.
So parents don't have to worry about that this year.
So any child in the Dexter school system that wants breakfast or lunch, they walk in the cafeteria, here you go, here's your lunch or here's your breakfast.
And that's the same for Roswell.
And as Kim is saying here, that is also the case for the Roswell Independent School District. So every single school facility that serves meals and things here in the district will, kids walk in, free meals, breakfast, lunch during meal times this school year, which is, I imagine, going to be a godsend for a lot of parents here in our community. So
yes, it
exactly. Is. That's our aim. Excuse me. To help out the families, especially during what's been going on these past couple of years, and CEP certainly helps us to be able to feed as many kids as we possibly can.
And plus, it probably saves a lot of red tape for you guys. Because I imagine, to qualify before, the kids had to go through this process of applications and the parents, really. But and now all that's gone. It's like, you want a sandwich? Here's a sandwich. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It has helped everybody, and it cuts our red tape. I mean, those applications were a nightmare.
Yeah.
Hours and hours processing through all that stuff.
When you guys could be really at work planning menus, getting food, there's so much more important work to be done rather than find out if someone qualifies to get a free sandwich or not. You know what I mean? It's like
let's just feed kids.
Right.
That's what
we're in America. We have food.
Exactly.
We're here to educate kids, and if they need food to do that, then let's get them that to do that.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we do. And what I also love about that is now you know that your child's going to get 2 healthy meals every day. Because everything, obviously, you guys meticulously go through the menus and make sure that every meal is healthy while balancing at the same time stuff that kids actually want to eat. That's the other, because healthy food and food that kids want to eat aren't always in the same sentence.
Well, that's true.
That is so correct. Well, and they also have to adhere to federal regulations.
Sure.
They have pages and pages.
I would imagine it gets in the weeds.
People do not understand that are there, that they have to follow.
Just like what sodium contents or this content, that
or
kind
how
of thing.
many
grams of this or whatever.
Dark green, how many light green, how many orange, how many red when it comes to vegetables.
Sure.
Yeah, and calorie minimums and calorie maximums.
Which I imagine is a nightmare for you guys, but at the end of the day, it really does ensure that you guys put out these healthy meals for these kids every single day. So, at the one part, you're like, man, it feels overkill on my measurings and everything here, but attention to detail ensures that a good product is going to our children every day.
That's exactly right. And, we take training all year long, learning all of these things and recipes and all of that stuff. And our staffs all take training as well so that they can make the freshest, most desirable food that we possibly can with those regulations.
I got a question for you guys, for you two particularly. Can you guys go home and cook just like one egg? Is that possible? Or do you have to cook like... Sorry, I need to cook 30 before I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I was just curious. I was like, being a service worker, you're used to cooking for hundreds, thousands of people a day. I just want an egg and toast. Is that easy? Or is that
no, get out the sheet pan, line up all the bread.
Every meal, it's like, it's just 2 of us eating. Why is there enough food for 50 people here?
Exactly.
Another thing to mention, not only do they have the federal regs that they have to follow, with COVID, they have had shortness of supplies.
Yeah.
Food chain supply.
Yeah, I imagine you guys had to get creative because
talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we've had some stuff. So when we order our commodities, we order commodity products the year before. So last February, we ordered for this school year.
Gotcha.
And so I can give you an example from my district. Is last year the students decided there was one thing that they didn't like. So I called the food broker, and it happened to be a pork product. And I said, is there anything I can do? The kids, are tired. We want to change that product. And they said, yes. Would you like some pork chops? And so I said, yes, I'll take pork chops. And so we got pork chops. The kids were fine with that. It was something a little different. And so
sometimes you stumble into something better. You know what I mean? There's
And so I decided, I would order pork chops for this year. And last month, even in June, the food broker called and she said, the way manufacturing is going right now, they're not going to make
enough pork chops. Lovely.
So I'm not getting the pork chops, and we had to pick from some other stuff. But that's probably more weekly for her than for me because she orders more food.
I would imagine because, like you said, the numbers you serve there, Dexter, you're
small.
You're able to be a little bit more flexible there. Where at Roswell, there's too many moving parts to really make that feasible here.
Correct.
But I would imagine at the same time too. Do you guys, and I imagine with Hagerman and everything else too, do you guys work each other with food districts on not? But just looking for those kind of resources and things and being not necessarily sharing food with each other, but saying, hey, I'm having trouble getting X. Are you having any luck here doing, or do you all go to the same places? I don't even know if it's the...
Well, it is all the same places because, we're pretty limited, especially in this part of the state.
Sure.
But, it's the same food brokers. We all talk to the same food brokers. We all, the same delivery people and all that. So we all get the same information. But of course, us food service directors work together.
Sure. And this is where, some of this, the gap here could be fixed a little bit. And this is, I know the schools in the state are talking and working a lot of this stuff, is doing more farm to table type stuff in our schools here, utilizing our local resources to get those into the schools, using our Graves Farm and our local farmers and producers here, probably dairy as well too, saying let's get their product in our schools and things, because the supply chain's not nearly as an issue on some of this stuff. So we're in some ways we're seeing some good come out of this, because I think that's going to be one of those where now we can't get our box of food from wherever we get it right now. We still got kids that got to eat. Right. Graves Farms up the street. We can whip something up with this here, and that's kind of what you guys are turning to now on some to fill some of these gaps, right?
Well, exactly, and that's where New Mexico Grown comes in, because the state has afforded us a little extra money that we can. The rule is you have to purchase New Mexico Grown.
Good.
So there's some options there. Dexter is almost exclusively from Graves Farms and Garden.
That's great.
And we really appreciate them. Kim can order more stuff, because the farther away from your district that you order, the more cases they want to bring. So
because you order more food, you
correct.
You have other resources that Dexter doesn't necessarily have, because you don't need the kind of quantities that Roswell does. Gotcha.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And we're also hoping they're trying to get the beef, New Mexico grown beef, into this system also. So we're hoping that passes, and they can give us a list of.
So talk to your legislators. Support New Mexico grown stuff. Tell them to send this, because
that's correct.
This is all for our kids, and to be honest, it's a win-win for everybody.
And to support our ranchers and farmers.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
It's helping them.
Yes.
It's helping our kids, and let's face it, I'm gonna just take a guess. The local stuff's going to be a better quality than what you get shipped in from boxes from a truck somewhere. It's just.
Kim, how much money did RISD get for New Mexico Grown?
$42,000 this year.
That's great.
So that money is to be spent on New Mexico Grown fruits and vegetables only. So you buy from?
I buy from Graves, and then Nichols we get apples from in the fall, and then M.A. Sons chilies. And then El Charro, we get
great.
Some tortillas.
You don't realize a lot of people eat El Charro and don't even realize it. They make a lot of tortillas out of that place.
And Shelley, what about Dexter?
We mostly use Graves Farms. They're in our back door.
Sure.
I just call Buzz, and in fact, I've already called him this week, and we've set up our delivery date. And
how great is that?
And his staff faxes over what's available that particular week, and we make our order, and we're good to go. So.
And how much money did the legislature give Dexter?
Well, the first time around, they came back and gave us a little more. So the first time around, it was about $6,000. So they said, no, we have some more money. They give us a little more and boosted us up to $8,000.
That's great.
So
and
it's really good.
Hagerman received money also. They'll get around $6,000, I think.
I think so too.
Yes.
If you don't, and I know this might be making you dig into data stuff, but just ballparking. When we talk the dollar amounts and things, like I'm trying to wrap my head around, like when you get $6,000, like how far does that go for you? Is that a long? You know what I mean? It's like, because we talk money, but at the end of the day, I have no idea how much it costs to feed a school. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So in perspective, how much work can you do with that $6,000?
Well, for us, that's about right. Because that's about what we can spend in the growing season.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I would be worried if I went too much higher than that, because growing season ends pretty quickly after school starts.
So you end up with stuff that you can't use.
Well, we would end up with money, which, if we had money left over, then our legislators would think, they're not going to use the money. We're not going to give it to them anymore.
Gotcha.
So we're real careful in our planning that we plan and ask for enough that will cover
and overkill
what we can
basically,
get.
So you have reserves. But I guess maybe the question is like, and I know this varies in things, but like to do a lunch at a given day in Dexter schools or RASD, what does is there a number out there, a ballpark of what that would cost the district, or Do we know that kind, or does that require more digging and deep research?
I'm sure most days lunch will cost us close to $3.50 a meal, $4 a meal, and then some days it'll go.
I'm just trying to kind of get an idea of like how far these dollars go and things like that.
How many kids do you feed a day, Kim?
We feed about 7,800.
So times $4
times
a
$4
kid,
bucks, yeah.
So
You're
that kind of gives you
talking a lot of
so
money.
it's very expensive. I'm just kind of curious to see, like, because like you said, it's great, but we need them to step up more this direction, I think, too. Yeah, 27,300. I got a bunch of room full of teachers. Yeah.
Right. And with the regulations, there's stuff. You have to take a fruit or a vegetable on that tray or it's not reimbursable.
Gotcha.
So we have to serve those things. And so that's where the cost comes in.
Gotcha. I was just kind of curious about that because I know we talk dollars. I'm like, but is that enough is what I mean.
Yeah, it's never enough.
Yeah.
And see, right now, we can't get canned fruit in.
Yeah.
It's
just supply and demand doesn't, it's not available.
Not available.
They might have the fruit, but they don't have the cans.
Oh my God.
So if you got your own container, you can go get it.
Exactly.
I brought my own basket. Can I just throw it in there?
Exactly.
And now,
so save your cans. You might need them again to fill them back up with fruit.
The same with fruit juice, because now the rumor they're telling us is there's no glue to glue the boxes together.
Wow.
So
it is so weird this world we live in right now, isn't it?
It is. And I really think it's important that people understand how hard these women work.
Oh, absolutely.
And what a fabulous job they do. Considering, all of the things that they have to deal with, it's unbelievable on a daily basis.
I imagine they're making lemonade out of lemons every single day.
Every day.
Literally
every
and
day.
figuratively here. But that's
we have great staff.
We sure
also.
do.
We couldn't do it without our staff.
Yeah.
And they got to be dedicated, because we live in a world where you can get a job anywhere you want to and things. So to have people that have been staying there, working there, that's a testament to the it's a great place to work, but they love what they do and they love the people they serve and they love those that
it's all about the babies.
In charge too. I'm taking it. So yeah.
And and it's great that, and I know Paul is always full of compliments for us, but there's parts of our jobs that would be so much harder if it weren't for her and Becky.
That's
because
exactly right.
we want to get the money from the New Mexico Grown, but they tie other things with it.
Sure.
It's not, there's strings attached to that money.
There always is.
And so there's things that we have to do that sometimes we wouldn't maybe have time or the resources or
healthy
the
kids
education piece.
Can feel that.
And they are on it.
Yeah.
And they are phenomenal.
Yes.
And really, and to be honest, that's kind of how it should be. Because
it is.
Because
we
at the end of the day,
work together.
Well, and at the end of the day, you guys have enough on your plate making sure every child's fed in your school district. That's enough. That's all you need to do. That's you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's enough for you to work on.
Right.
And so for them to say, okay, by the way, when you're done doing that, you got to create an education program and a healthy physical activity thing to go with that.
Exactly.
And when you're done,
posters,
12 hours a day making all that food.
Yes, you've got to have all kinds of things
in every school.
So,
yes, and thank you.
And so the healthy kids can come in and take care of that side and partner together. And at the same time, promote it, make it an event that someone other than two people would want to be a part of,
Well, yes, and part of the reason for the New Mexico Grown is that the legislatures and the state and us as well want our kids to know that the food don't just come from Walmart.
Yeah.
It gives them a little taste of, how you grow it
Farm
and
to
where
table,
it comes from and what you have to do to get it there. And so that's why we have all of these activities. Paula's made a little list of some of the things we're going to do.
Right. During our New Mexico Grown, we want to highlight New Mexico Grown produce. So we're going to do different activities in Roswell, Dexter, Hagerman, and Lake Arthur.
Okay.
Just for some examples, we'll do some tastings in the cafeteria by the salad bar in Roswell. At Shelley's school, we're going to do like a watermelon eating contest. We're going to have a corn shucking. And, it's different dynamics in those districts. In the smaller districts, you can do more, like with a watermelon eating contest.
Less
or
numbers
something
you
like
can
that.
do.
But at least we will be in the schools in September promoting the New Mexico Grown produce in Roswell, and then we'll do some activities in Hagerman and Lake Arthur. We try to, Shelley's given out recipes. I know in years past we'll have coloring contests, poster contests to try to help the kids understand what we're doing. And fortunately, in Roswell, we have school gardens in several of our schools.
Yeah.
And Pecos Elementary with Dr. Ryan. And we do, she always has carrots. They come back forever. If you plant carrots, they will come.
Throw some water on them once in a while. They're like rabbits. They eat them.
So we harvest them and take them to Kim, and we take them to Goddard, and they cook them, and then they serve them in the cafeteria for the kids. And so we do that with beets also from there.
Nice.
And then at Nancy Lopez, Kim Cavan in the past, and Stephanie Rivetta is doing it this year. They've grown lots of different things and then cook it in their classroom.
That's great.
They've made pesto and just a lot of different things with whatever they grew in the garden. Salsa, and then had chips and salsa because they had jalapenos and tomatoes and onions. So
That's
we
great
promote
to
the
see
school
this.
gardens, and we're going to work on school gardens in Dexter. We have one, the FFA teacher in Hagerman helps with the garden at Hagerman, and then there's a community garden in Lake Arthur that has really gone
great.
well this year.
I hope people embrace this more and these programs grow more and more in schools, because I think like all these supply chain, all those things we were talking about, those problems, this can put a huge dent in those problems. Like down.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think if this catches on and embraces to where these turn into not just making some salads for the classroom, but actually being a food source supply to the cafeterias and the schools. How great! I mean, I don't know. I would love to see a future like when you go to a high school and every high school's got their track and field and football stadium and all these amenities. Why isn't one of those amenities a big greenhouse?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why can't we put one of those on every campus and have a farm and garden program in there, or official class that's teaching this stuff? And
it may come to that,
and that comes
simply
out.
because of COVID, and we can't get food.
Yeah.
You know, so a greenhouse is a year-round option, you know, if you can have that.
I really hope that's a trend we go into. I hope they see that this need, and whether it's because we're forced to or whatever. I mean, it's usually because we're forced to, because that's how things change sometimes. But I hope people see the foresight and run with this more, where these New Mexico grown in these programs, instead of you getting 6,000, you're getting hundreds of thousands, and we've got a giant greenhouse that holds probably thousands of dollars in produce that maybe, if not all, at least a good hunk can support the school of which it's being grown in.
And fortunately, you know, we have Graves Farms, and then you mentioned Nichols. I'm sorry. They're at La Luz, I think, aren't they? Or something. Anyway. And Jeff Nybert is working at Twin Rivers Farms, and he's growing that. And hopefully, eventually, he will be able to be another supplier of locally grown. So, you know, we are trying to branch out a little bit, but we're kind of, in this part of the country, we don't have that many farmers.
No, we don't.
Northern New Mexico really, they have an advantage because they have a longer growing season. Yeah. They have more farmers there.
They actually have seasons.
Sort of.
Unlike us, we got
more
hot,
than we do.
Hot and not hot. That's our two seasons.
Well, you're absolutely right.
And the thing is with the New Mexico grown farmers is we don't just get to say, oh, so-and-so down the road has, you know, started a farm, and so we're just going to buy some of our stuff there. And that's not how it works. The farmers all have to go through a whole process and get on a list, and then the list is sent to us because they have to go through all these food safety.
I would say you all go through red tape. You should see their red tape. You think ours is bad.
And we add to their red tape if they want to sell to us.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have hoops they have to jump through to.
Sure, so which is why you see less farmers, because both of them are probably washing their hands of this, and so I can make a living with much less headache. And
exactly.
And it's going to be a problem. It's already a problem. We live in a world where more people are coming on it and less people making the food to feed everybody.
Right.
It doesn't take a math wizard to figure out there's going to be a food problem here.
Exactly.
We got to get creative. So.
And I'm just thrilled with the New Mexico beef, because I think it's so important that we not only support our farmers, but we need to support our ranchers.
Absolutely.
That's livelihood in New Mexico.
Absolutely.
You know, we need to support them.
Generations and generations of livelihood in New Mexico.
So it's very encouraging that we're trying to get that going as well.
It's once you kind of see the cycle and see how life works in these areas, it's an amazing thing. And then COVID's kind of really thrown a wrench in all that. So we've had to get a little creative on how to do this stuff. But I think, you know, if we call the blessing in disguise here is it's putting on people's radar a need that really is an underlying need that hasn't been on the radar till something like COVID exposes it more. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I think COVID's exposing the bigger problems here. Yeah, we're dealing with these supply chain issues and things, but at the end of the day, it's really bringing to forefront the bigger issue is how do we get all this food to people that need it in a healthy way and everything else? And we've got to keep advancing and understanding that and evolving to different ways. And I got to be honest, I think it's going to go into that direction of where it's all little bubbles, self-sufficient little bubbles of each school can support or at least cover a big enough where it's not such a big kill to try to get things from outside of the area where they can, you know, offshoot. I know we're a long way off from that, but I think, who knows, maybe our kids will be running the show and their schools will have greenhouses and who knows, maybe even a little farm or a little ranch off the side with some pigs and who knows? I mean,
who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows how this goes? But I think, and it's also good for the education side because like you said earlier, we need to let the kids know that milk doesn't come from the grocery store. It comes from a cow with a farm and the ranch and in the dairy and all that.
And, you know, we have FFA in our high schools, which is fabulous because the FFA in Hagerman, Dexter, and in past in Roswell has been so supportive of healthy kids and the programs we do and going in the schools and teaching them about nutrition and teaching them about, you know, rethink your drink and all these different things, as well as Chaves County Extension Office. Tamara Schubert and Amy Steen are excellent to go in the schools, do tastings with the lower grades. The schools that are willing to have them, they will go.
Yeah, they do a great job over at the Extension Office, and we have them on every month, too. And by the way, next week's Chaves County and Eddy County fairs. So
yes, it is.
So if you need to talk to them next week, you might want to just head out to the fairgrounds.
Head out to the fair.
It's all hands on deck.
I'm judging today.
Are you?
Yes.
What are you judging?
Food.
What do you get? Oh, I've done that. Have you not eaten or anything today?
I haven't, so we're good to go.
Have you done this before?
I did at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
It's fun. But yeah, because I got asked years ago when I was doing the morning show in Artesia to judge their cookies and cakes and stuff for the Eddy County Fair, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. Oh, pull my arm here. You need me delicious foods? Yeah, okay, rough. I'll sacrifice.
But it's a lot.
Oh my God, I got in there, and the first round, and there's like bread or something like these are good, and I start eating them all. You know,
you got to taste.
Big mistake. Big mistake. After several rounds of that, and you're like, all right. Now we're like, now we're up to the cookies. I'm like, oh my goodness, no more cookies. And after a while, you're just like,
and take little
that's
bites.
good. Because you're eating so much food, it's tasty. But after a while, you're like, there is a thing as too much of a good thing, and unfortunately, judges hit that wall sometimes in some of these.
I'm looking forward to it, though. It's fun to work with the kids, and definitely go out and support. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, support the fair, support these kids out there next week.
They work so hard on their animals, on their food, on so many things. You need to go out and see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And support these kids. Come out to the livestock shows and
absolutely,
because that's even if you don't know a thing about farm and ranch, I'm one of those people. I grew up in Maryland, D.C. I'm a city boy. A cow is like, ooh, that's all them out in the field. Touch when I got poop on it, I'm done. But anyway, that's me. But I go out there and I'll watch these kids, and there's some kids that are. If they're 3 foot tall, it's because they're on their tippy toes. And they're wrangling and just handling this 800-pound heifer. And they do it with authority, and it's cool to watch. It's just cool to see these. And I'm not going to lie, pig wrangling is I don't know why there's not 50 YouTube TikTok videos of pig wrangling because I don't care how good of it you are, it's still a goofy show because it's literally 20 kids with boards running around trying to make pigs go in the same direction, and none of them are going in that direction. It's just funny to watch.
And all the teachers out there are saying, I know exactly how they feel.
That sounds like class next week.
Right.
Yeah. So go out to the fair here, and of course next Saturday night, I believe, is their big junior livestock auction out there.
That's interesting.
That's the big crescendo where these kids get rewarded for all their hard work.
Yes.
Because depending on the age of the child, if they're older, that's college money. If they're a little younger, that's money for their next year's project. And I'm not going to lie, they get ridiculous with some of those bid numbers out there, but it's all for the kids.
Yeah.
So get out there and bid early, bid often, and I know they can combine up. So because most of us don't have $30,000 to just drop on a pig.
Not usually.
Yeah. Or a chicken.
But you might have 30 friends that can chip in $1,000 to buy a pig. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So that's kind of how they do it. But get out there and support the fair, and then of course get out next Saturday to the Splash and Dash too. Bring the family out, bring the kids out for that. If anybody has any questions about anything we talked about in either the RISD or the Dexter about the food stuff, or if they have any questions about anything here, what's the best place to steer them right now? Just to the
student nutrition
department. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. At the respective Dexter and RISD here. Yeah. So, are there people in the offices regular now, or are they? I know during the summer it gets a little skeletal in some of these buildings.
Yeah, no, we're back and ready to go.
We're there.
Since school starts.
Well, I know my wife's been
really
in class
quick.
already, setting up classrooms and everything else. She's there too. So, is there any information we missed or skipped or didn't get a chance to talk about?
I don't think so.
I think we covered what we
Good
needed.
deal.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for keeping our kids fed and doing amazing work each and every school year with these kids. And just the reason you see all these great programs and things in Roswell and in Dexter, it's because of these two women and their staff.
Correct.
And everybody that makes that happen. So thank you very much for doing all of that, because like you said, I'm sure because I'm sure you see the thing where you get the parents with the hair on fire. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? And then you go, calm down, I got you covered. There you go. I'm sure you guys get that a lot. Where you got Mama Bear who's frazzled because her kid, and you all right. We're gonna take care of the kid. Just relax. Fix your hair. We'll be all right.
This year, everybody's taken care of. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Well, thank you, ladies. We'll see you next time here.
Thank you.
I don't know. Well, maybe we will. I know now the school's starting. You might not be able to let out of the buildings anymore enough until.
But I'll be back.
She'll be back. Thank you, guys. All right. It is 9:53.
Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. A homicide investigation is underway in Roswell. Police say 3 people were shot early Sunday morning in the 1400 block of East Tilden Street. That's on the city's east side. The victim's name and age are not known, but a statement from RPD says the 2 other males were 15 and 19. They were found outside the home with gunshot wounds that are believed to be non-life-threatening. No word on any suspects. However, police are asking anyone with information to please call 575-624-6770. Get ready for the Eddy County Fair. The Fair Parade is scheduled for 4 p.m. Tuesday. The official opening will follow. Wednesday's activities include a rabbit, horse, flower, and pig show. And then Thursday, it's the sheep and meat goat show. Thursday is also Faith and Family Night, which is free thanks to Artesia Baptist Church. And on Friday, the Poultry, Heifer, and Market Cattle Show, along with the Pecan Contest. Bull riding starts at 7:30 Friday night at the arena, and then Aaron Watson headlines the grandstand at 9:30 Friday night. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. We're expecting upper 90s on our afternoon highs and just enough moist air working its way into our area for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around Carlsbad and Artesia. Mostly sunny and hot for Roswell. Few clouds overnight down to about 70, and then sunny and hot again on Tuesday. Slim chance of a late-day thunderstorm and upper 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. T-Mobile has agreed to pay $350 million to customers affected by a class action lawsuit filed after the company disclosed last August that personal data like Social Security numbers had been stolen in a cyber attack. In a Securities and Exchange Commission filing on Friday, the mobile phone company said the funds would pay for claims by class members, the legal fees by plaintiffs' counsel, and the cost of administering the settlement. It also said it would spend $150 million next year to fortify its data security and other technologies. Rising mortgage rates have combined with already high home prices to discourage would-be buyers. Sales of previously occupied homes have fallen for 5 straight months during what is generally the busiest time of year in real estate. All signals point toward the Federal Reserve continuing to raise interest rates to combat inflation, promising little relief for potential buyers, at least for the rest of the year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Time for the 86th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds. This year, it's all about honoring our heritage. Come enjoy the Arts and Crafts Showcase, the Carnival, Extreme Bulls event, the PRCA Rodeo, the livestock shows, commercial vendors, and some of the best fair food in the state. And of course, the concert series with Ramon Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte La Leyenda, Friday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Tuesday, August 2nd, Randall King takes the stage at 9:30.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Wednesday, August 3rd, it's Zach Williams at 9:30.
He's a chain breaker.
Thursday, August 4th, don't miss the Randy Rogers Band at 9:30. Friday, August 5th, it's Joe Nichols at 9:30.
Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
And Cody Johnson on Saturday, August 6th at 9:30. Admission is free Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday all day, and every day before 5. $10 for adults, kids 6 to 12, $5, and 5 and under are free. More info at leecountyfair.net. See you at the Lee County Fair, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds.
Your home for Armed American Radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Talk of a possible visit to Taiwan by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as Communist China vowing firm and strong measures to defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity. It's not clear exactly what actions Beijing would take, but speculation centers on a new round of threatening military exercises or even an attempt to prevent Pelosi's plane from landing should she decide to go to Taiwan. We'll be hearing from former President Trump and former Vice President Pence in the next couple of days as a rivalry between the two men heats up.
Last Friday, Trump and Pence campaigned in Arizona on behalf of competing Republican candidates for governor, and their paths will cross again this week here in the nation's capital as they both consider running for president in 2024. The former vice president will address the Conservative Heritage Foundation this evening and will speak at a Young America Foundation event tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, Trump will headline a 2-day summit marking his first return to D.C. since leaving the White House. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A lot of bright red and orange on the weather maps from coast to coast. A vicious heat wave refuses to let go. More than 60 million Americans are under extreme heat alerts. An explosive wildfire is raging in Mariposa County, California, where Rodney McGuire tells KXTV he lost his home and just about everything else to the fire burning in the mountains west of Yosemite.
I had just enough time to get birth certificates, my DD-214, the picture of my parents.
The Oak Fire has charred more than 15,000 acres, prompting Governor Gavin Newsom to declare a state of emergency. At least 10 structures have been destroyed, 6,000 people forced to evacuate. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 116 points, NASDAQ down 16. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
Thousands of indigenous people have gathered in a small Alberta prairie community to hear a long-awaited apology from Pope Francis for generations of abuse and cultural suppression at Catholic residential schools across Canada. Francis scheduled to arrive at mid-morning at the site of the former school, most of which has now been demolished. He plans to pause at the sites of the former school and nearby cemetery before speaking in a large open area to school survivors and their relatives. Dozens of people have been evacuated in 2 towns on Japan's main southern island of Kyushu, where a volcano has been spewing ash and large rocks. Boulders fell as far as 1.5 miles from the volcano last night. Footage on Japan's NHK public TV shows orange flames flashing near the crater and dark smoke with ash billowing high into the skies above the mountaintop. News and analysis at townhall.com. Facebook rolling out an update enabling its 2 billion daily users to view their friends' posts in chronological order.
The feature is the company's latest attempt to keep people coming back to its social network amid intensifying competition from TikTok. The changes will offer up 2 different perspectives. When Facebook users first open the app, they will initially see the usual news feed featuring posts selected by an algorithm. But a new feed tab in the shortcut bar of the mobile app will now allow users to see all of their friends' posts in the order they were shared. Jason Walker reporting.
The latest update on gas prices now. Regular averaging $4.54 per gallon nationwide. According to fuel price analyst Trilby Lundberg, it's down about 32 cents over the past month. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good one.
Welcome to it.
Weather, pretty consistent. Hot with a chance of rain every day.
Whether or not you're going to have a good rest of your week.
Yeah. Should be good for Fair Week overall because it's Fair Week.
It is that time of season. It is that time of year.
Yeah, it's Fair Week in Chavez County here. The Chavez County Fair going on all week long out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. And for folks down in Eddy County, down there in Artesia, Carlsbad area, the Eddy County Fair also happening this week in Artesia at the Eddy County Fairgrounds. So,
that's right.
All week long, stuff happening in both.
Chavez and Eddy.
Yeah, get out there and support the kids. And, of course, Saturday night's the big junior livestock auction, and it's where the money talks that night. So, but yeah, get out there, support the kids, have some fun, and then just get out there and enjoy the fair this year.
Have you ever played GTA Vice City?
I think I've had.
There's when you're driving along, you can flip your radio stations, and a couple of those are talk stations. Those are always the ones I find myself gravitating towards because they're so funny.
I have usually two when I've played. Yeah,
the guy who does the voice, he's got this accent, and he always says Chavez, not Chaves or Chaves.
Yeah,
it's Chavez. Every time I hear Chavez County, I always think of that. Not Chaves or Chaves.
Yep, Chavez County. Yeah.
I haven't played that game in so long. was a fun one.
Yeah, I haven't played those in a while either.
GTA games in general were just like a good, throw it in for a couple hours just to randomly kill people so you don't have to, take out your aggression in real life.
I'm just going to
jump into a fantasy world where you can all of a sudden steal a tank.
I'm going to go jump a river.
The cool part. So I figured this out. I think it was in Vice City. It was the only game where this actually worked was because otherwise they made the way the tank aimed your camera. But in Vice City, you could turn the tank gun around and use it like a rocket propeller. It would make you I could get
like a turbo
top
boost
speed in a tank in that game. I got 6 stars. Cops are throwing tanks and people dropping out of the sky at me. I'm just flying. Those were fun.
Good times.
Those were good memories. That was before the world went to heck.
All I can think of is that scene from Groundhog Day, where the groundhog's driving the truck and Bill Murray's sitting in the passenger seat. He goes, "Don't drive angry." That's what you're talking. That's all I can think of. Don't drive angry.
Yeah, put your little hand in mine. They made the back half of I Got You, Babe the most iconic song ever.
And then when you hear it 37 times in an hour and a half movie.
Yeah. Not the first part, just that back half.
And those 2 DJs.
Yeah, it's cold out here today. It's cold out here every day.
Every morning, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ned Ryerson. Yeah, you hear it all over and over again. But happy Monday. Hope you're having a good one. This hour, we're going to talk old Lincoln days and the last escape of Billy the Kid. Nice. Kent McKinnis going to join us on the telly here in just a little bit. And we'll talk about Lincoln, New Mexico, August the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. There in Lincoln, they're going to have it'll be that Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday.
Do you mean avid croquet enthusiast Billy the Kid? Come to find out,
crochet.
Yeah, crochet. No, the new picture though.
Yeah, There's
fresh off the croquet court.
Well, it's and I was actually going to ask Ken a little bit about this. There, of course, there's the one.
I missed it. There's a thing.
I saw it.
Right
there.
There
it is.
Oh, it's driving me nuts. You got it? Yeah, you got it.
I guess I got it.
My depth perception, I thought I had it.
I saw it too. So there's the one photo that's a certified photo of Billy the Kid, the one you see on all the signs and posters, him kind of sitting there, his hat slouched, everything's kind of
just looking kind of haggard.
Yeah, that for many, many moons, that is the only known verified photo of one Billy the Kid, William Bonney. However, a couple years ago, a photo surfaced, I believe in California, of it looks like after a wedding, and they're there in Lincoln, New Mexico, and they're playing croquet at a farmhouse or something there, and apparently, that photo's been out for years, but I think just in the last year or
it's been verified.
They've been saying, "Yep, that is in fact Billy the Kid." It's a verified photo.
That's a kid
of BTK.
Not that one.
Different guy.
I never actually made that connection. Huh.
But but we'll talk with Kent here in just a little bit. Thanks. And talk about it's. I love that history. I love talking with Ken about this stuff because I say this, and I've said it on this radio station many times. If you want to know why New Mexico's New Mexico, go spend the day in Lincoln and just read. Go to the visitor center and read all of the little walls and placards and everything that's in there. Go into the courthouse and read all of the little, and then you're gonna be like, no wonder this state is so screwed up. They've been doing shenanigans since this state's been before a state, way before a state, and it's carried over into to modern time.
Do you know the first time I ever learned the fact that Pat Garrett shot Billy the Kid was from a 4-year-old?
You learned. Well, that's good. You learned from somebody.
I did. I was doing my practicum when I was trying to become a teacher out at the college here. And one of the kids that I was taking care of at the Child Development Center.
You weren't teaching history, I guess.
No, I certainly wasn't doing that. No. It wasn't that. But he revealed that fact to me. He also told me that, and this I didn't know this until he dropped this little factoid on me. Kids say the darndest things.
There's a whole show about it.
Before the band Kiss was called Kiss, they were called Wicked Lester.
I think I remember watching some documentary.
4-year-old taught me that.
I remember, I mean, I don't have that knowledge running around with me.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like I've watched a documentary where I've heard that before. So, yeah. Yeah. See?
Kids say the darndest things
out
sometimes.
Of the mouths of babes.
Sometimes it's just facts. I hope that kid, because that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I will, or so. I hope that kid is like now an adult and went on to pursue a career in like morning radio and or game shows.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or maybe something productive like solving world peace or cancer.
Yeah, fine, whatever. I just like to think that he went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and banked it or something.
Because I mean, just when I go, man, kid, you're smart. You should be a DJ.
Yeah,
it's not the advice I give.
Those two sentences do not go together.
It's not the advice I give.
You're real smart. You should get into radio. Oh,
yeah, it's not the advice I give.
That's the thing, dude. I'm trying to usher in the next generation of this industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard sell, bro. It's a hard sell, man.
Go pay more attention in school, kids.
We had Casey Kasem and Paul Harvey, man.
Yeah.
What does this generation have?
Sean Smalls.
Sean Smalls. Oof. Just a big oof on that one.
Ryan Seacrest.
I was gonna say Travis and Sexton, but all right.
Ryan Seacrest.
You know, people have called me the Seacrest of Roswell radio.
Nice. Is that a compliment?
No, I don't like it.
Were they saying it with joy or with
to the point where I used to have a cork board in my old studio, and I hung a picture of Ryan Seacrest up, basically saying it was a meme. It said "Go get him, buddy" or something like that.
Ironically, Ryan Seacrest has a photo of Sean Smalls.
He does.
That says "Go get him,
right
buddy."
Right behind the golden light.
Right there in his office.
It's actually me hanging from a fence going, "Hang in there, buddy."
In Sean's office, there's another one with Dinkelman. I should have signed the year 2 contract. That's what it says underneath. Shouldn't have held out
just
for more money.
Just the worst decisions in history.
Do you wonder if the show would be the same had Dinkelman said, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this with Seacrest.
Every time you say, all I can think is the movie Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. Dinkelman is the name of Dusty Dinkelman is the name of the
It's hard to take a guy named Dinkelman seriously.
His name was Dunkelman. That's what's throwing me off. It's Brian Dunkelman. Yeah.
Oh, the Dinkelman guy is Dunkelman?
Yeah, Dunkelman is his actual
sorry.
name. Yeah.
Well, he only did one season.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember the E or the
He was a comic, if I remember right.
Yeah, probably.
Which
he got a lot of material from that one.
I ain't seeing the Dunkelman show on Between Seinfeld here or anything.
I am curious.
Even Kevin James got a show. Come on.
Kevin James got like 7 shows.
Well, he got one, and like now it's on Nick and Night like ad nauseum.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Like if you
Leah Remini has to get a check.
If you don't want to watch TV that's modern, you could spend days watching marathons of things like 2.5 Men, King of Queens, Everybody Loves Raymond, all those shows.
Okay,
yeah.
I know that the website celebritynetworth.com is garbage. I understand that.
Okay.
But most of the time when they tell you the net worths of celebrities, it's inflated.
Yeah.
Brian Dunkelman is an American comedian, actor, and television personality who has a net worth of $10,000.
Wow.
$10,000.
That's like us.
That's yeah. That's basically you and me.
Why is that advertised? He has a net worth of $10,000.
Oh, that's harsh. Ryan Seacrest, meanwhile, has a net worth of $450 million.
He spent $10,000 on lunch.
Oh, Dunkelman. Oh, Brian. You didn't have somebody in your life that said, maybe you should think about this?
Could you put up with Randy Jackson for just a couple more seasons?
Deal with it for one more season, dog.
Paula Abdul. Simon. You could have dealt with him for one more.
That physically hurts.
He's probably thinking, Seacrest ain't so great. Why has he got all the shine?
Right. Well, he's sitting in his trailer, feeling the floor that it's hot to the touch.
Oh, I'm going to give him
drawing from personal experience.
I'm going to give him a serious dose of the Dunkelmans.
I'm about to drop the dunk. Do you think he went back to his dressing room and he looked in the mirror and said, "Slam Dunkelman"?
That's right. As he works at Dunkin' Donuts.
Dude ain't making enough money to have his own name on the sign.
That's right. He's a Dunkin' Donuts. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather. Weather is brought to you by Bob Reed Pest Control. From General Pest Control, termite control, trees, shrubs, and yard treatment for both residential and commercial. Call the pest management professionals at Bob Reed Pest Control, 575-623-5344.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. We're expecting upper 90s on our afternoon highs and just enough moist air working its way into our area for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around Carlsbad and Artesia. Mostly sunny and hot for Roswell. Few clouds overnight down to about 70 and then sunny and hot again on Tuesday. Slim chance of a late day thunderstorm and upper 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 81 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 44%. Winds currently out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Sunny 100 with a 20 to 30% chance of rain. That's pretty much what the story of the weather is this pretty much all week. 20% chance of rain this afternoon. Sunny, hot, high of 100. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. 20% tonight as well. Mostly clear otherwise with an overnight low of 72. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunny, hot, high of 100. Tuesday night, 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy, overnight low 73. 20% chance of rain Wednesday afternoon, otherwise sunny and hot, highs right around 100. 30% Wednesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 73. 30% chance of rain for Thursday afternoon, otherwise mostly sunny and 99. More of the same Thursday night. Friday and the weekend, our rain chances bump up to 40%. 40% chance of rain for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs right there in the upper 90s, 98, 97, in that ballpark there. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll get Kent McInnes on the other side talking old Lincoln days. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh, no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh, no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
Time for the 86th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds. This year, it's all about honoring our heritage. Come enjoy the Arts and Crafts Showcase, the Carnival, Extreme Bulls event, the PRCA Rodeo, the livestock shows, commercial vendors, and some of the best fair food in the state. And of course, the concert series with Ramon Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte de la Leyenda, Friday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Tuesday, August 2nd, Randall King takes the stage at 9:30.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Wednesday, August 3rd, it's Zach Williams at 9:30. Thursday, August 4th, don't miss the Randy Rogers Band at 9:30. Friday, August 5th, it's Joe Nichols at 9:30.
Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
And Cody Johnson on Saturday, August 6th at 9:30. Admission is free Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday all day and every day before 5. $10 for adults, kids 6 to 12, $5, and 5 and under are free. More info at leecountyfair.net. See you at the Lee County Fair, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us on the phone this morning, it must be that time of year again. Kent McKinnis back on the phone, talking some last escapability kid, old Lincoln days. Morning, sir. How you doing today?
Hi, Mike.
Doing great. It's good talking to you again. How's life in the mountains this morning?
Oh, it's cooler than where you're at, I think.
Yeah, cooler and more pleasant, and yeah, pretty much every box that's better, it checks up there.
Yeah. What do they always say? Don't hate me because you ain't me.
That's right.
Is that what it is? No, it's nice up here, man. We're still pumping 85, 90 degrees, but shoot, that's real minor compared to some of the places around here.
Well, and there's so many trees and so much shade. So, you're 85 and then you go sit in shade because you have some. And it's about 10 degrees cooler. Real nice in there. So
yeah, just go sit in the river.
There you go. Do you have a river? Is there a
do.
river?
Well, they say a river.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know how the water was doing up there, or with drought conditions, if it was more like a stream or a.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. No doubt.
But
I seen where the Rio Grande run dry. Did you see that?
I did see that.
In Albuquerque.
Pretty scary, isn't it?
That is crazy, man.
Well, hopefully you get some more rain soon. There's a lot of talk in our forecast. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I hope so too.
Well, we want to put this on people's calendars here. If you've never been before, make this your first one. If you have come out before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every year, around the first weekend of August, the village of Lincoln, New Mexico, opens up to the world. Well, they do every weekend, but for this particular weekend, for Old Lincoln Days and the Last Escapability Kid pageant, it's a 3-day fun festival of celebrating all things Lincoln. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Oh, that's exactly what it is. It was first brought in as a quattrocentennial celebration, and there were towns all over the state did something. But Lincoln has a little jewel inside of it with the history of Billy the Kid, and everyone in the world knows about him.
Oh yeah.
So this thing was a big hit. So they went ahead and just made it a yearly festival, and this will be our 81st year, and it just turns a little town of 80 or 100 people into
thousands come through.
Big. Yeah, it looked like a city in there, during the weekend, which is good. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of living history demonstrations, parade at 11 on Sunday, and then of course our show Friday, Saturday night, and then the matinee on Sunday.
Yeah, there's so much, lots of fun stuff to do all 3 days. But the highlight, the Piece de la Resistance, the grand event that's part of the Old Lincoln Days, is the Last Escapability Kid pageant. There are 3 performances. There's a Friday night performance, a Saturday night performance, and then a Sunday afternoon performance, and it's there. And all those performances will be on what's called the pageant grounds, which if you've ever been to Lincoln, New Mexico, it's not real hard to get lost because it's just one road there and it's all. But if you get lost there, I'm more impressed than surprised. But
yeah, well, if you get lost there, don't use Google Maps because you don't have internet service. That isn't going to help you.
And that might be a little advanced for you, to be honest, if you can't. But But anyway, the pageant grounds are right there next to the courthouse, and they got parking and everything right there. And this performance is basically a reenactment of Billy the Kid's escape from the courthouse there. And it's the actual. This is the part that I love about it. The actual pageant itself is almost as historic as the story they're telling. You know what I mean? I love that that part. I mean, obviously it's not because it's talking about but the people that originally wrote the script for this were people that called Lincoln home during the time of the Lincoln County War. So, and they've been following the same script for generations now, and it's really, to me, that's as cool as the actual performance itself.
Yeah, no doubt. The script was written by some of the actual, descendants or members of the regulators and people that lived there during the Lincoln County War. The actual pageant grounds was donated to the pageant by one of the co's. So that's how tight of a connection, there is with the pageant.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. But each year, these folks do an amazing job of recreating that, and it's a lot of fun. It's a Western right in front of you. The guns blazing, the whole kit and caboodle, and as you tell the story of how Billy the Kid got out of the courthouse there and talking about just kind of giving everyone a history of the Lincoln County War and what's going on there with Billy, and why to this day that man is still a part of our history and part of our you think about it. You think about life in general, and a young man who lived in this time and did these things, and here we are, 200 years later, almost 200 years later, talking about him and wanting to learn more about him, and to be honest, people spending their life's work still trying to dig up more on this man. That says something, doesn't it? And it's kind of neat to, that's cool.
No, definitely. And he's like he's such a legend, and it's constantly new things are being turned. You've seen the croquet thing that come out a year or two. So there's constantly things that just keep coming up. I mean, we're probably going to go 100 years and they're still going to be finding stuff about this guy. And it's really, if you look at tourism draw, Billy the Kid has really put New Mexico on a map as far as that goes. Everyone knows about the Kid, and if they're close enough to come to Lincoln, they're going to make the trip. It's a fantastic town. I mean, it's one street, and we're on the west end of Lincoln, next to the original courthouse where he made his escape. Excuse me, and he's just made it into a fantastic tourism attraction for New Mexico. And not to discredit anything else going on, but this guy really is well known. I mean, you throw in a little Young Guns and stuff, and it just blows it right up. And the original pageant, instead of doing it at this set, they went to each location in town.
Oh, cool!
And shut the town off and did the scene right there.
Yeah, that's cool. I would have loved to have seen one of those. For folks that don't know, when we talk about, and this is where when you come out here either August 5th, 6th, or 7th, or all 3 days, when you come out and you get to really get into the different buildings and the different aspects of the town of Lincoln there, you really get to see, because a lot of the buildings and stuff are of period. There's some more, but there's quite a few structures there in downtown Lincoln there, the main part of Lincoln. These were buildings that were there during the Lincoln County War. Many things happened. It was, for a week there during the war, there was pretty much factions held up at various buildings inside that town. And a lot of people just think of Young Guns and the courthouse, and I was like, no, it was a city under siege for a week, and certain aspects were living in one, certain stores or buildings, and others were in others, and pot shots and everything going on all week. It's much bigger than just Billy the Kid, and he was just a very big piece in that cog. But
he's the draw, no doubt. And you know what, a lot of people don't understand. They say, well, he's an outlaw and he essentially killed police, and totally different time frame.
Sure.
I mean, when you look at that, the Kid was actually, and the regulators were actually constable.
Yeah.
So they were actually deputized when a lot of this went on. So they were the police.
Yeah.
At a certain amount of time.
And it's kind of one of those things where everybody was police. You know what I mean? They were, the states, certain factions were deputized in this group, the others deputized in this group. It really got muddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and it's you look at how things go on today, and then you look at how things went on then as far as judicial system and how they handled stuff.
Sure.
Totally different ball of wax. I mean, it's apples and oranges like you wouldn't believe.
I've been telling folks this because I've actually done it, and you look at New Mexico in its current state, in the political climate, the world, how New Mexico is run, and you kind of scratch your head and wonder. It's like, why do they do things this way and all that? I'm telling you, you want to get an understanding of why New Mexico's New Mexico. Just spend the day in Lincoln, New Mexico, and read everything. Read everything in the courthouse.
Sure.
Read everything in the visitor center. Read everything in the buildings in between, and just read the placards. Read the stories of the people. Read the different tales that each are telling, and they're talking about various people throughout Lincoln, but New Mexico's history. And things were so convoluted the way things were done, and contracts were made, and I mean, it was so good old boy run that no wonder New Mexico it is here in 2022. And I think if you just read everything in Lincoln, you'd have a clear understanding why New Mexico's New Mexico.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And if you want to really dig into stuff like that, just research and look at what was called the Santa Fe Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's gonna, and a lot of people say, I mean, I don't know enough deep into the politics right now, but a lot of people say that the Santa Fe Rings still have their teeth in the grip of New Mexico politics.
I would not be surprised at all. I would not be surprised if there was some faction.
That played a big part. That was a whole faction that was against a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They controlled everything from the local law to the state law to being partners with the military. And I mean, it was a tough. It was kind of Big Daddy over the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, to me, that's the part I love. But for everyone else, I hope you guys come out and learn some of that. But really, come out, bring the whole family, and enjoy the actual pageant grounds and the actual pageant itself. Friday night performance will be 8:30. Saturday night performance will be 8:30, and then a Sunday matinee at 3:00. Now, don't show up at 8:30 because there's stuff, lots of other stuff going on. Of course, one of the big concerts will be Michael Martin Murphey Friday night. He's going to be performing there before the pageant, right?
Yeah, and that's huge. If you look at someone who had some big hits at one time, kind of pulled himself back and made New Mexico kind of his home, and northern New Mexico, Red River and stuff. But he loves Lincoln, and he loves the pageant grounds, and he's held a concert there already this summer, and now he's going to do a show for us on Friday night at 7. So be sure Friday night you get your ticket there at the gate through the day, and you can hear him. Now, tell me this, brother. You pay $10 an adult.
Yes.
The pageant is fantastic. It's done with footlights, spotlights, horses, wagons, guns.
It's worth more than the $10 admission fee.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so you do $10 for an adult there, but you also get with that $10 the Michael Martin Murphey concert. Now, tell me where you can get a Michael Martin Murphey concert for $10.
I don't even know if you can get a CD for $10.
Yeah. So, and then we have a concert before each show. 7:00 starts Saturday night, and that's a local band. And then Sunday 1:30, and that is also a local band.
So,
but there's stuff to do in Lincoln all day. I mean, the museums, you could be in the museums all day by itself.
Yeah, really everything beginning Friday at 9 a.m., it's kind of game on from there. And there's just stuff going on depending on what you're into. There's lots of stuff like at the San Jose Church there. They've got a bunch of different events and things, a lot of talks and a lot of different demonstrations, stuff like that. They do, of course, the parade Sunday. It's really something every day is going on. But like you said, if you're a Michael Martin Murphey fan, then you probably want to get your tickets for the Friday night. Get there early for the concert, and then after the concert, mosey on into the pageant grounds there and enjoy the show. But if the pageant's more of a draw than Saturday night or Sunday afternoon, of course, you're going to get free live music part of your show either way. It's a great local, sure. And I'm telling you, the local bands up there they're so good. I don't know.
They are good.
I don't know if like a bunch of retired musicians just like to go and call like Alto, Ruidoso, Lincoln, Capitan, that area home.
Right.
But there's so many great just musicians that live up in that area, and they all love to get together and jam, and they put out some pretty good bands out there. But
oh yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
In fact, if you heard me in the shower sing, you'd say, "Man, this guy ought to have his CD cut."
There you go.
And I truly believe that.
Yeah. Maybe we could, that'd be your concert. We put a shower on the stage, and you do it all from the shower.
Hey, and I call this place home, so I fit right in, brother. Huh? You never know. If someone don't show up, they may find this hidden talent.
You never know. Someone grab a guitar and get up on stage.
There you go. Yeah, the guitar gets wet, though. So you got the shower going. You kind of got to use the shower head as the mic, and,
That's true, yeah. Well, the shampoo bottle
we
doesn't
won't
have
go
the
any further
amplification.
than that. No, it's going to be a good time, though, Mike. We look forward to seeing everybody, and it's kind of a family reunion. It's all 501c3, and it's local volunteers, and we get together one time a year, and it's like a family reunion. It really is. We all meet out there. We have a good time on the weekend, and we center the whole weekend on the shows. And
good deal.
It's kind of cool. Yep.
Trust me, you're going to love it. Lincoln is such a cool place. I loved it. I think I'm at a point where about once a year I try to get up there at least to go there and look. And I'm going to add another list of things you need to do during your day there. If you go and take advantage of this, you can. When you go tour the Lincoln County, the courthouse and all of that, and that's where you buy your tickets from the National Park Service to see the courthouse and everything there. That's run by them. They offer a package deal where you can check out Lincoln and then go to Fort Sumter, right?
Fort Stanton.
Fort Stanton. Yeah. I'm sorry, did I say Sumter? I meant Stanton. Fort Stanton, right there as well.
Too.
And that is so cool because you get a little Billy the Kid history there, but you get everything from Civil War up to World War I and the history of that fort, and of course they've done a beautiful job of kind of keeping the quartermaster buildings and the troops quarters and everything really up to get it. It really is a cool place to walk and stroll through and see. Walk back in time and see, life in the military especially during like World War I era, the early 1900s. Yeah, it's really cool.
No, that's cool. Yeah, and it played a huge part with tuberculosis and stuff. There's a Merchant Marine cemetery out there because of the TB connection.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. But you have that, and then you have Smoky Bear 12 miles
over in
away.
Capitan.
Yeah.
That's another thing to check out.
You can do a whole weekend.
Absolutely.
You can plan around the pageant, and you can do a whole weekend in Lincoln.
Absolutely.
And really cover.
So please come on out. Come whichever day. Like I said, if you're a Michael Martin Murphey fan, Friday's probably going to be your best day out at the old Lincoln days. But they've got performances all 3 days. August the 5th, Friday night, 8:30 p.m. August the 6th, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. And then Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. on August the 7th. The concerts start at 7 each night, Friday night and Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon the parade will start at 11. They'll do the concert there at 1, and then at 3 o'clock they'll do the final pageant of the weekend there on Sunday. You can always get tickets at the door there. Is there any way to get advance tickets, or is it all just at the door?
With it being a volunteer-run group, it's so hard, Mike, to run a lot of websites and stuff. So what we do is we just make it where you can, purchase your tickets all 3 days at the gate. And that's kind of how we've had to do it, just because technology is great if you have someone to run it, but it's tough, when it's all volunteer, it's kind of a tough deal on that side.
I understand. Hey, if someone wants to actually pay in gold, they got someone who can do some ciphering?
Come see me. And I hope your math doesn't work out good, and that's to my advantage.
I just wonder if someone to cut off a piece of a gold bar and hand it to you while you go.
There you go. I'd take it.
All right, well, that stuff's valuable. It don't matter. I'll take it too. Yeah. I'll bite into it, but I'll take it.
That's right. There you go, brother.
Good
No
deal.
doubt.
Well, definitely, folks, come check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's so much history, so much good times, just so much entertainment. I tell you, the whole family's going to love it. There's lots of things. The kids are going to love it because they can run around and play cowboys and do all that stuff. They come out and do all the when they're doing the blacksmithing and all that kind of stuff. The kids love all that kind of stuff. So come
no
check
doubt.
it out.
And you know how neat it is, Mike, having all this right in our own backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest Western outlaw or Western icons, period, that ever walked the earth in Billy the Kid.
It is, and here's the part I love. Like I've said, I try to go once a year at least and go check it out, and every time I go there, I learn something new or find something out new or learn something I didn't know the last time or saw something I didn't see the last time. I know, so I don't care if you've been there 100 times. Go again. There's always something new. That's the thing. Because I just love going there because I don't know. It's one of those things, and I bet you get like this too, Kent. Where you ever like just hang out in historical places, and it just has a different feeling. You know what I mean? Just like you sit there and you just feel like you're surrounded by an area that just like a lot happened. It's just different. And I get those feelings when I hang out in Lincoln. I always feel like, man.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic place. I mean, it's a jewel of the West. And if you haven't been there, or even if you have, you know what a jewel it is. But if you haven't, go check it out. I mean, it's incredible, and it's right here.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's right in our yard. So, and get about 10, 15 degrees cooler and come see us.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's great. You're going to love everything that you go out there and see and do and all that stuff. So, again, August, it's the first weekend of August, not this weekend, but next weekend, August 5th, 6th, and 7th, there in the town of Lincoln. Really, everything gets started 9 a.m. Friday and goes till about 4 after after that last performance at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And it just goes, go out there, find you a good spot to park, and just walk up and down and see everything that there is to do. You're going to go every 5 feet and see cool food and items and things for some of the vendor booths, but then get a chance to go into some of these historic places and do some shopping and support the locals too. They got some great little, if you love doing craft or antique shopping, there's some great little stores that are sprinkled in Lincoln there that you can kind of find some cool stuff too. So don't leave some space in the vehicle to bring some stuff home with you too. Just a tip.
Absolutely. And maybe my CD if I get one cut in time.
There you go. We can get is it called Tales from the Shampoo Bottle? What's the name of the
me and you will be thinking about that. How about that?
Good deal. Well, Ken, is there anything we wanted to share? Anything we got to talking and sidetracked on that we didn't get a chance to talk about or get out there?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, I think when you talk about Billy the Kid, I think you could go on for months.
That's the problem.
So we hit on some high points and we had fun like we always do, Mike. Me and you have a good time on the phone every time we talk. So the main point is, 501c3, 81st year.
Yeah.
And you don't see a folk pageant anywhere in the world like you do this. When the voices speak out of the voice box and the actors act, it's full of horses, guns, wagons, the whole bit. There's food vendors right there, so you won't go hungry. It's just a neat deal.
It is. It's really cool, and come see the history of New Mexico live and in action. That's really what it is. And to get it's a chance for you to step back in time a little bit. And every time you go to Lincoln, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's just a cool place to go. And so for all you folks that were traveling to the ski-in or to the casino, then you just kind of breezed right through Lincoln, stop, check it out, and see all the cool stuff there. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you, sir. As always, good talking to you. Of course, he'll be doing some Capitan football this year, so look for him on the radios here this fall for football season, too. So
there you go, brother. Absolutely. And it's always good talking to you, Mike, and I sure do appreciate all the friendship that you've given us over the years through the pageant and everything. So thanks a bunch.
Anytime. And when that CD hits, remember us little people, just saying.
That's right. Absolutely. You'll be first on my thoughts, brother. Believe me.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Well, take care, Kent. We'll see you next time. And hopefully we'll get to see you running around and about this next weekend up here. So.
Absolutely.
All
absolutely.
Right.
Come say hi.
All right. Take care, Kent. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. All right. That was Kent McInnes talking some old Lincoln days with us. I always enjoy talking that with him. It's one of my favorite events that happens every year is old Lincoln days there in the village of Lincoln. It is cool. I'm telling you, it is so cool. It's just, the whole Billy the Kid. I love going to the courthouse and going up there and seeing the bullet hole in the wall and seeing the markers where Sheriff Brady was shot and seeing and just reliving that history. And it, for me, it's because I loved the Young Gun movies as a kid. I remember watching them as a young teenager kind of, and I loved those stories. It was at that time, all those were big name, actors, the Sheens, and Emilio Estevez and all of that, and the Young Gun and Young Guns 2, and it was a very formative movie for my younger years, and I loved it. And then when I moved out here and stumbled upon Lincoln and said, oh, and this is Billy, and then I started, reading the history, talking about Tunstall getting murdered and the Murphy Dolan thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this was in the Young Guns movie, and because to me, I just kind of thought Young Guns movies were just entertaining westerns. I didn't know that they put a lot. Now, don't be wrong, there's a lot of Hollywoodized storytelling in it, but between the Young Guns 1 and 2, timelines are a little muddy, and people and characters aren't. Some are the same, some aren't, and things like that. But it's kind of neat because then you go to Lincoln and you see different aspects, and you're like, oh, because for me it was like, oh, I remember the movie with the end of the movie where they were by the house, and this is the location where that took place, and this is the site where Tunstall was shot down, and I remember that in the movie, and you see all that, and to me that was cool to put a location and a place to those movies. And so for me, that's why I got enamored. And then I came here and I go and read, and I really have read all that stuff. And because it's kind of my bag. I get into that kind of stuff if people let me. I'm not good to go sightseeing with stuff like this because some people kind of rush through it, and then there's me waiting entirely too long at one of the displays because I got something I'm reading and got into. I'm one of those people. And I'm telling you, if you do that there, you learn so much about this state. It's just it's a really cool thing. But anyway, I need to play some commercials and stuff here before the hour's up. So let me do this. Let's pause for local news, weather, and your town hall business update. Quick commercial break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A homicide investigation is underway in Roswell. Police say 3 people were shot early Sunday morning in the 1400 block of East Tilden Street. That's on the city's east side. The victim's name and age are not known, but a statement from RPD says the 2 other males were 15 and 19. They were found outside the home with gunshot wounds that are believed to be non-life-threatening. No word on any suspects. However, police are asking anyone with information to please call 575-624-6770. Get ready for the Eddy County Fair. The Fair Parade is scheduled for 4 p.m. Tuesday. The official opening will follow. Wednesday's activities include a rabbit, horse, flower, and pig show. And then Thursday, it's the sheep and meat goat show. Thursday is also Faith and Family Night, which is free thanks to Artesia Baptist Church. And on Friday, the Poultry, Heifer, and Market Cattle Show, along with the Pecan Contest. Bull riding starts at 7:30 Friday night at the arena, and then Aaron Watson headlines the grandstand at 9:30 Friday night. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. We're expecting upper 90s on our afternoon highs and just enough moist air working its way into our area for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around Carlsbad and Artesia. Mostly sunny and hot for Roswell. Few clouds overnight down to about 70, and then sunny and hot again on Tuesday. Slim chance of a late day thunderstorm and upper 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. T-Mobile has agreed to pay $350 million to customers affected by a class action lawsuit filed after the company disclosed last August that personal data like Social Security numbers had been stolen in a cyber attack. In a Securities and Exchange Commission filing on Friday, the mobile phone company said the funds would pay for claims by class members, the legal fees by plaintiffs' counsel, and the cost of administering the settlement. It also said it would spend $150 million next year to fortify its data security and other technologies. Rising mortgage rates have combined with already high home prices to discourage would-be buyers. Sales of previously occupied homes have fallen for 5 straight months during what is generally the busiest time of year in real estate. All signals point toward the Federal Reserve continuing to raise interest rates to combat inflation, promising little relief for potential buyers, at least for the rest of the year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett in Washington.
When you can't be home, make your space feel more like home with Candlewood Suites, Roswell, New Mexico, featuring extended stay rooms, complete with kitchenettes in a quiet area, plus plenty of great amenities, including free hot coffee 24/7 and the Candlewood Cupboard 24-hour convenience store, plus the Candlewood Gym and free laundry facilities. Cool off in the outdoor pool, complete with hot tub, and enjoy the outdoor gazebo and grills. And the Candlewood Lending Locker for stuff you couldn't pack, like crock pots, board games, and more. Call 575-623-4300 to find out more. Candlewood Suites, where everyone here is sweet on you. Your home away from home.
For people suffering with joint pain, simple movement feels like just taking a step feels like, and lifting your arm can feel like. Don't let joint pain be in charge of your life. The skilled orthopedic experts at Loveless Medical Group SCORE are helping more people take back their lives with some of the most advanced surgeries in the region. We're doing more than restoring joints, we're restoring lives. Call Loveless Medical Group SCORE today at 575-625-3300 so life can feel like,
Imagine pool water that is extremely soft and gentle on hair, skin, and eyes. Soft Swim is a chlorine-free sanitizing system by BioGuard. Simple and easy, Soft Swim will give you a crystal clear pool that feels luxuriously soft. Your pool might just become the destination of the entire neighborhood. Application is a breeze, no mixing, no pre-dissolving, and routine maintenance is simple. Come to Mays Lumber Company today, the only dealer for Soft Swim by BioGuard.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits or the astronauts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:57. Stay tuned next hour. We have the folks from the Roswell Literacy Council scheduled to join us, give us an update on what's happening there with the Literacy Council. That'll be next hour. Hey, but coming up August 25th, the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico is having a fundraising event. It's their Trip Down Memory Lane drive-through fundraising event, and they're celebrating the past 40 years of Heritage Dinner recipients. The date of the event will be Thursday, August 25th. The event is a drive-through only event, very similar to other Historical Society fundraisers over the last year or so here. Peppers has once again partnered with them to provide a box that'll contain 2 delicious meals. The box costs $100 and it feeds 2. And what'll happen is that that Thursday, the 25th, you'll go to the Historical Society, pick up your ticket there, drive over to Peppers, pick up your meal, and then you can take it home and enjoy and listen. There's also a dinner bundle, which is kind of like a table. It's $500. It serves 10, so you get 5 of the boxes, and that also includes a special bag, centerpiece, and delivery as well too. They'll deliver those meals to anywhere locally that you want. The meal is, this is the best part, a shrimp appetizer for 2, 1 beef entree that includes braised beef tips, 1 chicken entree that is spinach and artichoke grilled chicken. Both are served with red new mashed potatoes, a summer squash medley, rolls, and butter, plus a dessert for 2. If you're unable to participate, any donation is greatly appreciated. This is a big fundraising event for the Historical Society to cover costs of that facility there, that the old museum and home, maintaining that archives facility, keeping the educational programs going, all the things that are part of the Historical Society. Reservations are being taken now. You can do so by one of 2 ways, a couple ways actually. Go online. You can do it yourself online. Just go to roswell-nm.org. I'm sorry, that's not. It's Roswell-NM. RoswellNMHistory.org. I'm getting my websites mixed up. RoswellNMHistory.org. Go there, and you're able to get your reservations there. Or you can call the Historical Society, 575-622-8333. Again, that's 575-622-8333. Or you can shoot an email to Amy over at the Historical Society, history director at outlook.com. All right, we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Well, first it was COVID, now this.
Top-ranking members in the House and Senate on both sides of the aisle have asked Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra for answers on what his department is doing to handle the monkeypox outbreak, with several lawmakers questioning what they perceive to be a failed response. Republican Senator Richard Burr of North Carolina, the ranking member of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, called the U.S. response to the virus disturbing in a letter to Becerra, arguing that the administration has all the tools it needs to better address the outbreak. A group of 50 House Democrats also issued a letter to President Biden, urging him to declare a public health emergency due to monkeypox. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Senator Joe Manchin testing positive for COVID-19 on Twitter this morning. The West Virginia Democrat writes, I am fully vaccinated and boosted and am experiencing mild symptoms. Manchin says he will isolate, working remotely while following CDC guidelines. Dropping more hints about a possible run for the White House, former President Trump telling the Turning Point USA Student Action Summit, we may just have to do it again. At the same gathering, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ripping into President Biden, while also sending along well wishes.
I want to, on behalf of the state of Florida, wish President Biden a speedy recovery from COVID. And I also want to wish the United States of America a speedy recovery from Joe Biden.
DeSantis skewering the president over raging inflation and the out-of-control southern border. The Oak Fire in Mariposa County, California, has charred more than 15,000 acres, chasing some 6,000 people from their homes and destroying at least 10 structures so far. Stocks are mixed on Wall Street. The Dow is up 59 points, the Nasdaq down 62, the S&P is off a fraction. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're considering protecting your retirement with gold or silver, listen up. Mark Davis here. One company I trust for this, Advantage Gold, the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. They are so passionate about teaching people how to own physical gold and silver. They've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because they really educate their clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. Call 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000. Talk to one of their experts. They can send you a free gold kit along with a free copy of the Wall Street Journal national bestseller, The Great Devaluation. Number again, 800-900-8000. Don't wait any longer. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value, all from Advantage Gold. 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Call Advantage Gold today. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
For prisoners executed in Myanmar.
The Deputy Asia Director of the watchdog Human Rights Watch, Phil Robertson, roundly condemns the junta's action and says the executions point up the failure of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, to take the lead in trying to resolve the situation in the country, and that it was time for the international community to act decisively.
This is a real wake-up call for the international community, that they cannot allow Myanmar to just slide off the table, to be concerned too much about other things and ignore Myanmar's worsening civil war and the human rights atrocities that are going along with it.
One prominent activist, the executions show the generals were out of control and predicts the deaths would harden resistance. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
News and analysis at townhall.com. A piece of 70s sports memorabilia fetching a huge price at auction.
Muhammad Ali's championship belt from his 1974 Rumble in the Jungle heavyweight title fight has been sold at auction for $6.18 million. Heritage Auctions in Dallas says the winner of the heated competition for the belt was the NFL's Jim Irsay. He owns the Indianapolis Colts. The 1974 fight was one of boxing's most memorable moments, with Ali stopping the fearsome George Foreman to recapture the heavyweight title, that fight in the African nation of Zaire. Jason Walker reporting.
No arrests, no motive in a deadly shooting at a Los Angeles park over the weekend. 2 people killed, 5 others injured when gunfire erupted at a car show about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday. Mm-hmm. I know it's not as fun as to say is Friday, but it's still Monday. It's still a day where you're here.
I mean, we can't make it Friday.
Well, to get to your Friday, you got to have a Monday.
That's right. To fully appreciate the weekend, you have to slog through the week.
Exactly.
It wouldn't mean anything if it was just always the weekend.
Exactly. So, We got a full slate for you this hour. We're going to have the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us for a few, give us an update on their event, which is August 6th.
Yep.
It's getting close.
Fast approaching.
Yeah. And then we're also going to be joined here by the folks from the Roswell Literacy Council. I think Larry Martin will join us. Also with him will be gentleman from the American Red Cross, Stuart Dietz, will join us as well, too. So we'll chit-chat with both of them here this hour. We'll get them all in, and we'll talk Health Council, and we'll talk Literacy Council. We'll get it all going this hour. So that's what we do have on tap here. There was something else I was going to mention, and it just slipped my mind. Don't remember what it was. Oh, well. I'll remember it. I'll remember it like 10:30.
Right.
I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to mention, and ran out the head. So, what was there something? There's something else I watched over the weekend, too, I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But, there's a show that Kim and I started watching, and I'm not sure if I like it yet or not. It's called, what's it called? Creating Anna or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Something. It's based off a true story of the girl that they can't tell if she's an heiress to a millionaire or a scam artist. And she,
I think I did hear something
like
about
Inventing
this.
Anna, or
let me see,
something like Inventing Anna seems right to me.
Yeah, it sounds right.
And it's like a 10-part series on Netflix.
My fingers weren't stupid.
And we've watched like the first 2 or 3.
Yeah, Inventing Anna.
Yeah, we've watched the first 2 or 3, and it's interesting.
A journalist investigates the case of Anna Delvey, the Instagram legendary heiress who stole the hearts and money of New York elites.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm already sweating.
So she sounds like a Lolita, basically. Like she was basically.
But no one knows nothing about her. She's like Russian.
I'll tell you this.
And it's based off a true story.
It stars Anna Klumsky.
Who is that? Is that the Rush? I don't know who she is.
Okay, so in the show,
she's a blonde in the show, or brunette sometimes.
She's a blonde. She plays Vivian Kent in the show. I'm not sure if that's the journalist.
Vivian, that might be the journalist.
Well,
yeah.
Anna Klumsky is what was her name? I remember her last name. Saltonfuss was the last name in the movie My Girl. She was the girl from My Girl.
The little girl?
Yeah, the girl from My Girl. Did you ever see the movie?
100 million years ago.
Dude, it was like one of my favorite movies as a kid. With Dan Aykroyd was the dad.
Yeah, I remember the movie.
Macaulay Culkin was the best friend.
Yeah.
Who, spoiler alert, dies at the end. Macaulay Culkin never got a fair shake in movies besides Home Alone. It's like he spent the rest of his career paying for the stuff he got, the good stuff in Home Alone.
Uncle Buck. Wasn't he an Uncle Buck?
Yeah, okay. He was okay in that.
He was basically Home Alone and Uncle Buck.
But like the 2 movies that stand out in my head are The Good Son, which is the horror movie. Do you remember that movie? Where the 2 kids and he was like torturing and bullying the other kid.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
I hated him from that movie. That was a rough watch.
Yeah.
I should go back and watch that one. But yeah, no, but he died, My Girl. Sadly, he succumbed to bee stings. Like, of all the ways to go out, he was attacked by bees.
I'm just trying to remember the other show, which one she was Vivian, if that might be the reporter.
Okay. So, like, she's like the main character.
Well,
besides
she's the one
Anna.
doing the story, so I guess it's from her perspective, kind of the deal. But I mean, one would argue the show's about this Inventing Anna. So
Anna Klumsky was like the first real life girl that I was attracted to, like celebrity that I was. Other than that, it was cartoons. Like
that's why you remember this.
That's
factoid.
a whole.
That's why
thing.
you and no one else remembers that factoid.
Anna Klumsky.
You were
I was
infatuated,
madly in love with her. She never knew. I don't know if she got my letters.
Well, I asked next time we're watching the show.
Yeah.
So it is 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. Looks like all of our health council guests are here. So we'll talk with them first, I think. I don't know if Larry's here yet, so we'll bring them in just a few. But let's do this. Let's do weather and a quick commercial break, and then we'll talk to health council first on the other side here. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the first annual Battle of the Bands at the Curry County Fair. If you think your band has what it takes to be part of the Battle of the Bands, send your demo to curryeventcenter.com before July 29th. Only 6 bands will have a chance to compete against each other live August 19th at 6 p.m. Bragging rights and cash prizes are on the line at the first annual Battle of the Bands. See all the rules and regs at curryeventcenter.com. Brought to you by Curry County Event Center and Zia Radio Group.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Fall classes at ENMU Roswell start August 15th. Register now on campus or online. Whether you're a new student, returning student, or want to learn new skills or a trade, we have the programs and financial aid to support you every step of the way. Take classes during the day, evening, or online. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7294 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
ENMU Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 14 minutes after 9 o'clock, and the Health Council back with us because we're a week away. We're a week away from the big Health Expo, which is coming up here on the 6th of August at all of it. Every single, 99.9% of it is right there at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. If you get out early to run with the Boys and Girls Club, you do go.
You do drift a little bit.
Yes.
But you come back. And then you come back.
Yeah. But we're at the point now where it's just everyone mark it on your calendars. We want to make sure you come out to the event on the 6th. Our sponsors are set. Our vendors, clients are set. The event's set. They got to go in and move into the space and do all that, which they'll do probably the 5th or so.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, we're just waiting for the event to happen now, right?
Yep, we're trying to get people to sign up early for the run and for mammograms.
Yes. Not at the same time.
I would hope not.
No, the mammograms start after the run.
I know it's
go do the run and then you get a mammogram.
I know it's a mobile mammogram trailer, but it's not that mobile.
Definitely not.
Just want to clear that up. But let's talk about the fun run. Give folks a little bit of details about that. There's still time to sign up.
Definitely still time to sign up. There's no guarantee on your shirt size at this point.
Yeah.
Because we got to get that order in. But beyond that, seriously, sign up. You can sign up either on Facebook through the Boys and Girls Club or on our website.
And every dime that for the fun run, so when you pay your registration fee, all of that goes into the programs and money raised for Boys and Girls Club. So when you're signing up to be in the fun run and you're wearing your best 80s costume and doing your run thing, you're supporting Boys and Girls Club here and getting ready, helping them for the fall programs making sure all that stuff. So, and here's the beauty of it, right, is it's a fun run. I want to stress that part.
Yeah, you don't have to be serious about this. You don't have to run. You just have fun.
Just participate. Come out, be active. That's the thing. Is we want to encourage people to be active and be physical. A lot of us aren't built to be just coming out and running marathons. That's just we tend to not treat ourselves that way.
No.
But this is, you can come out. It's 5K of you could propel yourself. As long as it's human powered, I think that would be the only rule. You can't, no motors. That's completely cheating. But if you're on a bike or a skateboard or because those are motored. So I was going to say one of our new scooters downtown, but those are motored. cheater, pumpkin. Can't do that. But rollerblades or skates or whatever you use to propel yourself, your feet.
Yeah. Our last fun run, we had people on roller skates, on scooters, bikes.
Yeah.
And then
we had
80
strollers.
As long as it's human propelled.
That's right.
Because I know if I say self-propelled, someone's going to get ingenuitive and have like a chariot of dogs moving them around or something.
Well, that might be fun to see.
It would be fun to see, but it's just for your exercise, not your dog. But if you can make that 80s themed, I'd take a look. If you could get an 80s themed chariot, something or another going on.
Really cool.
I don't know. You know what? I got it.
Oh, no.
I got it. Back to the Future. The Western one.
I love it.
You put the DeLorean and you get a sleam of horses trying to get it up to 88 miles an hour on the train. Yep. There's your 80s theme.
There you go.
But it is an 80s theme for this.
Yes.
We want to encourage and hope everyone comes out dressed in their favorite 80s themed genre or whatever. Just whether you want to go generic and go with like jams or depending on the era of 80s. Because by the time what you're wearing in 1980 versus 89 was a little different. It was a little more bell-bottomy 70-ish at the beginning. But by 89 and going into the 90s, we were wearing so many fluorescent colors and jams and culottes and neon, what have yous, and all that stuff. So if you want to look, I mean, you could either go your flash dance route with the leg warmers and the tights and keep dumping water in yourself. That might be a good idea. Or go pick your favorite TV show or cartoon or whatever you love the most from the 80s. And even if you're not living in the 80s or lived to the 80s, I'm sure you got some family members that can help you.
Google.
Well, I was going to say, Google. You could just Google 80s and they'll give you a plethora of options to choose from.
It's like when we were kids, like they were all into 50 stuff and stuff because that was kind of our parents were into. Now we're all, adults are 80s kids, so we're all nostalgic about stuff like that. But please sign up for the run, come participate, and then right afterwards, make your way on over to the convention center. Well, actually, you'll be there already because that's kind of where the run goes. Yeah. Make your way inside, cool off a little bit, and check out many of the vendor booths. Now, the other thing you need to pre-register for if you want to sign up for it is the mammograms. They're going to have the mobile mammogram trailer or whatever that bus or whatever it is that comes in, and you can get your mammograms taken care of.
Yeah, especially if you have insurance, it's easier to sign up, and then you have a designated appointment time.
Okay.
They do walk-ins for first come, first serve type thing, and they're going to be there a little longer. So they're going to be there from 8 to 5.
Oh, good. So they'll be there all day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to do an all-day thing there. And
so if you want the fun stuff, you got to get scheduled before noon. But if you're there about all business, you can go till 5.
Yeah, and if you're needing to have your mammogram paid for by the funding that we got from United Way, it is a first come, first serve. So you're best off getting there earlier.
Okay. So be there before 8 in line to get registered there. Like I said, there'll be people, like everything's kind of getting underway at 8, but there'll be people running around setting up, like literally running around during the fun run. and out there, so you can talk to them about getting registered and getting up to date on all that too. Is there going to be some offering, some of the vendors offering like your glucose testing and all that kind of stuff, or blood sugars and lab work type things? Remember, if you do sign up or wish to do those things, fast before you come. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
That's why we start early in the morning. Is for those type of screenings.
So if you wanted to do some of those, make sure you do your homework and fast. And usually each doctor's a little different, but usually it's no eating or drinking after midnight is kind of the standard fare on that stuff. So, but either way, those will be available. And of course, if you're looking for healthcare providers, if you're looking for back to school information or free giveaways and things, all of that will be a part of this year's health fair, like it was back before COVID and everything else.
Yeah, we're going to be giving away over 250 backpacks, and those are also a first come, first serve, and you have to have your kid there.
Yes, kid must be present to
I've got
claim.
10 kids at home. Well, okay, go home and get your 10 kids and bring them.
And the backpacks do have basic school supplies.
Yeah, they got the stuff they need to get them started here when they go back to school in a couple weeks. In a couple of weeks, hard to believe, but yeah.
Well, by that point, Roswell schools have been already started.
Yeah,
By
that's
the time
true.
the expo comes around, they'll already be a couple days in.
My wife is already back working and setting up classroom and doing all the things that teachers do when they get ready for school in the fall here. So, but please, August 6th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yes.
Everything gets underway at 8. Well, really earlier with the fun run at 7. But what time do they need to meet for registration? And everything?
6:30 is starting registration.
Okay, so beginning at 6:30. If you haven't, if you register early, but then you get there between 6:30 and 7, get your number and get all the T-shirt. If you get you get your shirts, and for those that have those coming and all that, you'll get that out now. And then your last minute tucks and sewing or whatever you got to do in your costume there to get it ready for the run.
Yep.
And good news is we had a lot of spandex in the 80s.
Oh, Lord.
So knock yourself out. Just saying.
Yep.
We did. Depends too on parts of 80s, because some went baggy clothes, some went a little skin tight. There's a part in the 80s where we wore leather parachute pants. Do not recommend that costume for your fun run in Roswell, New Mexico during August.
You might die in the 150 degree weather.
You might get to meet our first responders if you do that. Not to mention lose friends quickly when they catch your gaminess as you move around in your leather pants.
Oh, Lord.
Just the thing. But folks, put it on your calendars, August 6th, 8 to noon at the Convention and Civic Center. There's going to be food vendors. There's going to be lots of fun stuff. But on top of all that excellent information, meet a lot of our healthcare partners and stuff in this area, even non-healthcare. I mean, we always talk, it's all health and wellness related, but not all of it's doctors and things. Some of it's, healthy living type stuff and various, because really the health fair covers everything from your Western medicine to more what you do in hospitals and everything in between. So it's all's on the table at the health fair here. So come learn about stuff. And like you said, if you want to sign up for the mammograms, you probably need to get that done this week. Get that signed up. You can
find all the information on our Facebook page.
Good deal. And then, of course, you got they'll be taking, I'm guessing, people right up to the last minute for the fun run. So you could roll in Saturday morning, 6:30, and say, I didn't register, but I want it. Now, you might probably get a T-shirt, but you get to participate.
Yeah, and you may get a small T-shirt.
You could. You could. Maybe
Shut up, box that sucker.
Yeah, or just turn it into a halvesy shirt or something.
Exactly.
Show people the tickets to the gun show. Give them some tickets. If anybody has any questions about or anything regarding the health fair, I suggest you check out Facebook. That's probably the quickest, easiest way. The Chaves County Health Council has a Facebook page that's got all the information about this year's health fair, any questions you may have. And, of course, you can shoot a message through that as well. Of course, you can learn more about the fun run there, too. But I imagine if you go to the Boys and Girls Club Facebook page, they probably got a bunch of stuff on the fun run. So if you type like Roswell Boys and Girls Club or Southeast New Mexico Boys and Girls, any of these will
Boys and Girls Club of Chavez.
Any of these will get you in that area here. Then you can like and follow and all that. Of course, if folks, parents want to learn more about back to school opportunities here with Boys and Girls Club, now's that time to be talking to you as well too.
Yep.
Shoot a message through the Facebook page or come by the Boys and Girls Club office there. What's the actual physical address that I know where it's at?
201 South Garden Avenue.
Yeah, I would never remember the number, but it's 201 South Garden there. Come, depending on the time of day you come in there, but you can get a tour and meet the staff and see what the programs are, and then learn about depending on where your kid goes to school, about transportation and how all of that happens. But definitely talk to them about that, and they can give you opportunities for because what they do over at Boys and Girls Club is so great because they work with these kids from super, elementary age up through high school age, and they all gain from that program. Where the little ones, it's a little bit more adult driven, things like that. But as they get a little older, they kind of invest in the program and create their own curriculum and create, supervised by adults, of course. But they kind of learn leadership skills and learn some of those things that we as adults need when we transition to adults.
They may have an adult program.
Yeah, that's what you need. I mean, Roswell Adults and Men and Women Club. Do we have one of those? And they teach us things we already should know. I kind of like that. But definitely research more on that. And of course, I know you guys are always looking for volunteers and stuff too. If you have activities, skills, things that you want to share with the kids, they're always looking for opportunities like that. Maybe you're an avid stamp collector, something like that. I mean, if you have a hobby that you're into and you think the kids might, go reach out and talk to them, and you never know. Next thing you know, you might spend once a week going out there teaching fly fishing or something. You don't know. It's just they're always looking for those kind of input and community input too. Yeah. So, what's the phone number over at the Boys and Girls Club if anybody had any questions?
I think it's 550-5001.
Okay.
I believe is what it is. It's one of those numbers where I switch them up a couple
and
times.
Then
so
Google will help you if you can't remember anything.
Yeah.
So, good deal. Is there any other information we missed on Health Fair or Boys and Girls Club? Anything?
No, we just want people to come out. We wanted this to be a success and have the whole community come out.
Yeah, come out and be a part. August 6th.
Make it worth your while.
August 6th. It's a completely free event. Sign up. Like I said, if you want to participate in the fun run or if you want to schedule a mammogram through the roving mammogram studio is not the right word, I want to say. Mobile office, maybe that's the better word to use. But sign up now, and you'll find links then again at the Health Council's Facebook page there. So good deal. Well, thank you guys. As always, appreciate the visit, and we'll see you next week. And
yes, sir.
We'll see how I love seeing the progression. They were fresh. Now they're getting a little more tired, a little more tired. And but by next week, they're going to be really droopy eyed.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. All right. It is 9:29. Let's pause for news and a quick break, and then we'll talk to the folks on the Literacy Council on the other side. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A homicide investigation is underway in Roswell. Police say 3 people were shot early Sunday morning in the 1400 block of East Tilden Street. That's on the city's east side. The victim's name and age are not known, but a statement from RPD says the 2 other males were 15 and 19. They were found outside the home with gunshot wounds that are believed to be non-life-threatening. No word on any suspects. However, police are asking anyone with information to please call 575-624-6770. Get ready for the Eddy County Fair. The fair parade is scheduled for 4 p.m. Tuesday. The official opening will follow. Wednesday's activities include a rabbit, horse, flower, and pig show. And then Thursday, it's the sheep and meat goat show. Thursday is also Faith and Family Night, which is free thanks to Artesia Baptist Church. And on Friday, the Poultry, Heifer, and Market Cattle Show, along with the Pecan Contest. Bull riding starts at 7:30 Friday night at the arena, and then Aaron Watson headlines the grandstand at 9:30 Friday night. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
And if we were really, really smart and we really, really wanted to help Americans get rich and help make America rich again, we would sell all of that natural gas, and we have hundreds of years of supplies that are known right now, and we would supply Western Europe. It would bankrupt Putin and Russia, and it would be in our best national security interests to have our allies in Europe get their energy supplies from us, and it would be more stable for all of them. It's just basic, simple, common sense, which isn't so common anymore. That's why Joe is at a 31% approval rating. And that's why things are not going to get better.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:32, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Literacy Council, Larry Martin back with us. And also joining us here in studio, Stuart Dietz with American Red Cross here, I guess the local chapter. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How you gentlemen doing today?
Great.
Good.
Doing good.
Well, you're thinking literacy, Red Cross. You know, I could see a connection, but generally two different organizations got two different agendas here, and but really, it just so happens you guys are now sharing a space.
Right. Yes,
the Literacy Council and the Red Cross are calling the same building home here, so let's partner up and let's see if we can help each other out on some of this stuff. So I like it.
Yes, sir. That's what we're all about.
So I gotta tell you, we talk with Larry a lot here. We're pretty familiar with the Literacy Council, but talk about like your role with the Red Cross here locally and what some of the stuff they have you doing.
Okay. Well, I'm the new disaster program specialist here in our territory. I cover all of southeastern New Mexico. And Red Cross, we're here to assist people during disasters, home fires, floods, so forth like that. We are a volunteer-based organization, as most everybody knows, so we're always looking for volunteers. We're glad to be back in the Roswell area. We were here at one point before, and then we wound up leaving, but now we're back. We're trying to reestablish, and we're looking forward to working with community.
Good deal. Well, it's glad to see you're back in the area, and obviously, Southeast New Mexico has its fair share of incidences.
Yes, sir.
A lot of it weather-related, whether it's fires or flooding or runs the gamut here.
Yes, sir.
It's great to know that we have a local chapter that can mobilize if needed.
Right.
To answer the call for, not a question of when, but, or if, but when that next fire happens or when we get 5 inches of rain in an hour or what happens from time to time.
And we're not only on a large scale base with it, we also do individual home fires and incidents and so forth.
So
like
not even
that.
the mass community need when it's just a one house, one family.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
guys
sir.
roll into to take care of needs and help out wherever you can.
Oh, yeah. We definitely do a lot of that. Home fires, apartment fires, anything like that where anybody's displaced during the incident. That's what we're here for.
So like for right now, money's always a thing. You can always donate to Red Cross and it helps out. But locally here, is manpower just as needed for volunteers and things? Or?
Yes, we're definitely in need of volunteers. At this time, I only have one local volunteer here in Roswell area, so we're looking to gather as many as we can.
Okay.
We've always got something to do. There's some short trainings that they have to complete. We work with them on that, get them set up and ready to go. We're looking for responders because, as you know, when it comes to disaster, it's 24/7 operation.
Sure. Yeah.
So
it's everything from treating medically into things to manual labor of clearing out debris and somewhere in between there. It runs the gamut from whatever's needed depending on whatever disaster is happening at that particular moment. So need some people that are just good at and want to have the time and are able to do that kind of labor and things from time to time when needed.
Oh, yes.
We'd love to have a list of people that are kind of on alert or on call ready to help out when those needs arise.
Right, and we're going to wind up doing an open house on August the 10th.
Okay.
From 10 to 2. They're at the Literacy Council.
Okay.
So we'd like anybody and everybody that's interested in getting to know us as the organization here, if they're interested in volunteering, whatever, come on down. Meet us, and we'll kind of go over things with you, and we'll help get you started.
Nice. Well, I imagine since you guys are going to be there, I imagine it's an open house just for the Literacy Council, too, as much as it is for the Red Cross.
Yes, sir.
So.
We want to help re-promote them just as well.
Yeah, because when we talked last month here with Larry, now that they've kind of emerged full out of the COVID pandemic and things now where they're pretty much back to business as usual over at the Literacy Council, and that means that they're ready to bring more people back, and not only volunteers to help work with people that are trying to become literate or English as a second language or get their high school GED equivalent or whatever they're trying to do, but we need people to step forward and say, hey, I need to help with my literacy needs again. A lot of it was helped online and things like that, but you lost all the walking in on the door, just coming in saying, hey, I need help, that kind of stuff. So you guys are basically opening the doors back up saying, we're here. If you need our help, we're ready to help you. Come on through the doors and come, let's get you into a better place here with your reading and with your life skills, really. So.
Right. And they've got an excellent program going down there. So.
Absolutely. So what's the update right now, Larry, as far as the need for volunteers and stuff? How are we doing there?
We still will be tutoring, I believe, with the Youth Challenge this
Excellent.
fall.
Which they're kind of opening it, blossoming back open again as well out of COVID.
They're starting back up, so that's not firm yet.
They have a couple. It's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back situation, as many are in the COVID world right now. But they went from pretty much isolate, shut down to now back to doing what they normally do. So, and of course, you guys, the Literacy Council was involved in that before pandemic too, working with.
Yeah, we've been doing that for years.
With Job Corps and those folks and helping all those people. So it's great.
As I remember or mentioned before, we're still pushing the Knowledge Bowl in October.
Excellent. So that'll be looking for that in the fall here.
Yeah.
So if you have a team of people that are, well, let's face it, know-it-alls.
Or 1 out of 5 knows something.
Right, or you have a know-it-all in your categories. Like if you got a know-it-all sports person or a know-it-all pop culture person or a know-it-all TV and film person and a know-it-all, I don't know, maybe history or music person, you're pretty well-rounded there, and between the 5 of you, you can...
That's right. The winning teams in the past have had basically 5 specialists in certain areas, like a youth, and an old guy, and a female or someone who's familiar with music.
Sure, everyone an expertise in their area of knowledge.
And if everyone knows the same thing, you're in trouble because you won't know all the other stuff.
Well, and then you also have the teamwork element because who's ringing in, who's gonna, who's in charge of all that. Is it the person that knows? If there's a designated ringer, there's a lapse in communication between the bell person and the talking person, which could cost you points. There's a whole strategy there. So, but if you love that kind of stuff, we'll tell you more as we get closer to October. But the Knowledge Bowl's coming back with the Literacy Council. Took a year or 2 off here because of COVID, but we'll be back here this fall. So, and we'll talk more about it and get people signed up.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun, and it's probably your biggest fundraising event for the Literacy Council, isn't it?
Yes, mostly our funds are paid through grants.
Yeah.
But with United Way is our big client.
Well, and this money's free to do what you want with it. Unlike the grant money or United Way money, that's a lot of times those come earmarked specific for a certain thing, and you can't use it for other things. But you still got a light bill to pay. You still got paper cups you need and napkins. You need to, and so this kind of money, which doesn't have an earmark for anything other than the needs of the Literacy Council, that it can be used wherever it's needed, kind of thing. So, which is a good thing.
Well, we had basically 2 or 3 rooms we weren't using, so that's why we recruited the Red Cross.
Good deal.
They pay us a stipend, and they have a nice central location.
Excellent.
To work out of.
Good deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're very happy with it too.
So I'm kind of curious, and this is just gee whiz. I want to know when the Red Cross isn't doing what we all know it to do. What's the day-to-day like? I'm kind of curious. I mean, is it literally sitting around waiting for a disaster, or is it all preparing and training for the next thing?
It's mostly preparing and training. Honestly, we really don't have a whole lot of downtown. Of course, we do have some, but until we get our volunteer base built up, we're always on the go with it. And we're not only looking here in Roswell, we're looking out through the whole entire New Mexico in general.
Sure.
So there's volunteers needed throughout every county in New Mexico.
And I imagine for some cases, they're probably going to end up being the coordinator for that area if something does go down in that region.
Yes, sir. That's how it's kind of broken down right now. There's 4 of us in the state. We have a Donna Richmond that's over southern New Mexico. We have a Dwayne Merritt that's over northeastern New Mexico. And then we have Mark Gordon, which is over northwestern New Mexico. And then myself, I'm over the southeastern New Mexico.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to volunteer, we welcome you aboard. Please reach out to the Red Cross, and they can put you in contact with one of us. We'll gladly take anybody and everybody we can get, train you up. We've always got something to do. Even if it's not responding to a disaster, there's things we can do.
There's so many moving parts, and every single one of them is needed, and that's why volunteering. And that's the other thing too. Anybody can volunteer, even if you're not, the physically stout, strong one that can go cutting down trees and what have you in the field. We still need those people to make phone calls, organize, events to get to the logistics side, making sure water gets from point A to point B, or whatever is needed gets from point. That a lot of that's just logistics and calling and overseeing it. So
yes, sir. There's a need in every aspect you can imagine.
Yeah. So even if you're like, well, I can't be up in the woods, putting out fires or trying to do the physical side,
right.
No problem. We can use people to help making, even if it's the person that's calling to check in on everybody and being that liaison there or something like that. There's so many different facets that help the organization do what it does.
Oh, yes,
that
sir.
Everybody's vital and needed there. So just because you aren't physically able to do some of that stuff doesn't mean you're not desperately needed and useful to the cause here. So just want to put that out there just to let folks know.
Thank you.
And the same is true with the Literacy Council. You don't need to be a Rhodes Scholar to volunteer to be at the Literacy Council. If you can read proficiently, they'll train you the rest. They'll get the materials, all of that stuff. Your staff works with all of those folks to kind of help them, because let's face it, we all don't have teaching degrees and, come out walking in and educating and all this stuff. Just because we can do it doesn't mean we can teach it all the time. And so that's where if you have the desire to do it, let Larry and his staff help you get the skill set needed to be able to work with the adults, children, everybody that comes to the doors of the Literacy Council. So,
right.
Good deal. But we do want to mark as far as events. Open house August 10th at the Literacy Council / Red Cross here in Roswell.
That's on West 10th Street.
Yes,
just
609 West 10th.
Just off Missouri.
That's I know where it's at. I never remember
we
addresses.
We have a big sign out there. You get close, you'll see it.
Yeah, and so come on in, and if you need help, you want to learn to read, or you're looking to get your high school equivalency, or English as a second language, or citizenship, or any of these things, the Literacy Council helps there. And of course, I don't think you get a lot of people walking in saying, hey, I need help from the Red Cross. Generally, that's, called through emergency channels and things.
Correct.
But if you want to learn more about becoming a volunteer or donations or how to set up that kind of thing, or maybe you're an organization, a community service organization that would like to partner with the Red Cross on helping out at events and things.
Well, we're always looking for that, too, because one of our goals here in Roswell is to and the surrounding areas is to make them as safe as possible. We want to start doing some smoke alarm events where we'll go out and install smoke alarms throughout the community and so forth like that. So that's another reason we need a good volunteer base so we can set that up.
Yeah. That way, when those unpredictable events happen, the Red Cross can focus on getting you new clothes and stuff and not looking for family members because there wasn't smoke detectors and alerting people of a fire.
Yes, sir.
It's... And unfortunately, we lose so many people by little things like that.
We do.
Someone forgot to change batteries in a smoke detector, or there wasn't one installed, or someone didn't, check the radon thing here. I mean, unfortunately, that's an everyday occurrence in this country. somebody loses a life to stuff like this. So yes, it's important to do these kind of things. So.
It's real easy to forget a smoke detector.
It is, especially this day and age where a lot of them are wired to the house now. You know what I mean? Where they're on 24/7 because they're wired to the house, but they have a battery backup, so you don't think of it until it starts chirping at you. That is not the time to change the battery. It's before it's chirping, by the way. Yeah. I think the message they always tell us is when the clocks change, you change your batteries. That's kind of a good rule of thumb. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, but it's a couple of bucks. It's hardly worth my effort to, we used to rent houses. My dad rented houses.
Okay.
And invariably, we'd go in the house and check and things be chirping. And what? Come on. Afford $3 for a battery.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and the ones on the system, they all chirp, even the ones that are good. So you almost have to change them all because you're like, I change it. And then you hear a chirp. Oh, it's the one in there now. And it's a whole charade. But
true.
But either way, please do it because, when those events do happen in life, we can always replace the property. We can always replace the goods. We can't replace the people. And the smoke detector preserves people. So be on top of that.
Correct.
But definitely if you want to help and volunteer and even organize in some of these events and things that the Red Cross is looking to set up here in our region here pretty soon, like I said, the sky's the limit on that kind of stuff, fire seatbelt checks or the kid seats, a lot of those kind of events that'll probably be on the horizon here.
Yes, sir.
So definitely.
We plan on making numerous events throughout.
Yeah. And then when the need arises, it seems like every couple of years we've got one of those events here in southeast New Mexico where you have to rally the troops and head to the hills for a fire or, a flooding here in Roswell or something like that. It seems like every couple of years we get one of these. So.
Right. Well, we don't want to wish it on nobody by no means, but, if anybody ever runs across any type of incident, whether it's personal home fire or, of course, wildfire, so forth like that, all they've got to do is call in to our dispatch number, which is 1-800-842-7349.
Okay.
They report the disaster, and then we respond based on that.
Gotcha.
And anybody that would like to volunteer, please come down to the Literacy Council, see us, catch me one-on-one down there.
Yeah.
We'll get you set up, or you can also reach out to me at 1-575-420-0001.
Excellent.
And
That's
I
easy
want
to
to
remember.
know how he got that number. I called it.
He was first in line, apparently.
Luck of the draw, I guess.
Sound like he camped out early for that number. He was there at a rock concert in a tent waiting for that number. But and of course, if you want to learn more about the Literacy Council, whether you need the services, if your reading skills are behind and you're finding it's hampering the world you live in right now, or if you want to. You for whatever reason life threw at you, you didn't get a chance to complete that high school diploma, or if you're learning to English as a second language, or any of these kind of things, please reach out to the Literacy Council. There are people to help, and then likewise, if you love helping others do these kind of things, the Literacy Council love to have you. Because the more people that do that, the less work everybody. Because right now, the volunteers probably have to work a little bit longer hours to cover all the bases there. But you get enough volunteers, and next thing everyone works a couple hours a week, and it's they do their little couple hours, and someone else takes over. And I'm sure Larry would love to be at that point where there's so many people that you got to make a full tight schedule just to get everybody.
Also, we would like to make sure that people who need the help. Reading or whatever.
There's someone there to help them.
Feel like we can help.
Yeah.
So come on down.
Absolutely.
What I found is that Roswell is an excellent town for volunteers. We have like 6 or 7 service clubs who would support the Red Cross, I'm sure, once he gets going.
Good deal.
And I'm with RSVP, which is really a senior organization.
I was about to turn that real quick there after this to give us an update on the RSVP stuff.
And all these organizations, I know these service clubs are always looking for new members. So, if you're sitting around your house, picking your nose, trying to figure out what you're going to do, volunteer with one of these. Go down to one of the meetings. They're in the paper.
Absolutely.
Talk to the Chamber of Commerce. They'll tell you.
I always tell people, I was like, I don't care what your passion is, but find that passion and support it. Whether it's kids and sports, great. Go be a coach. Go do that. whether it's literacy stuff, go help the Literacy Council, or volunteer at the library, do various things, or maybe homeless is your passion. Go help the Homeless Coalition and Harvest Ministries and things like that. Or maybe it's emergency preparedness stuff. Help the Red Cross or the Roswell Chaves County Communities of Disaster Relief. There's organizations in this community that do great things. Just pick your passion and do that. You don't have to do them all. Just find your one. Maybe you're a history buff. Go volunteer at the Historical Society, or maybe you want to see business growth and things like that happen. Go volunteer at the Chamber. They would love to have volunteers help out there. But find that passion, and if your passion's helping people or literacy, then we got 2 right here that could use your signups and your attention.
And volunteers is what counts in everything. Volunteers is what strengthens our communities.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're waiting on the government to tell you what to do, you're going to be waiting a while. Just, roll up your sleeves and do your thing. But that's another conversation for another day.
We'll wait on that one.
Let's give out the phone numbers one more time. Stuart, anything related to Red Cross here, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Okay. Anything disaster related, call 1-800-842-7349. Anything locally and volunteer based and just wanting to get to know us, 575-420-0001, or come on down to the Literacy Council and have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, come down and have a chat and talk, and we'll see what comes up next. See what kind of trouble we get into here. So, and then, of course, for the Literacy Council, if anybody has any questions, want more information, what's the best number to call there?
Okay, 575-840-4628.
Very good. Call that number, and like I said, or as Stuart mentioned, just come by the office there.
We're not open every day, all day.
Gotcha.
But pretty much all week from noon to 4 or 5.
And it probably works out, because now with 2 of you guys in the building, when one's not there, maybe the other one is, and they can get messages back and forth.
Yes, sir.
And things
We
like
try
that.
to be there a couple days a week. We're in and out. But if we're not there, you can always just reach out to me, and I'll make it a point to meet you there.
We'll
schedule something.
Come hell or high water, we'll get that conversation happening.
Yes, sir.
Here. So, and real quick, while we got you, any updates from RSVP, or just anything we want to get on people's radar about that?
I didn't get hold of Sean, but he's always willing and ready to talk to people.
Okay, and a great organization if you want to get.
Basically retired volunteers, but I'm sure if you're young, he'll talk to you.
If you're wanting to help, I'm sure they'll be, they could probably use a few young backs to move stuff around out there. So, very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to get that we just didn't get a chance to talk about?
I'd like to expound a little on the Knowledge Bowl. Excuse me.
That's catchy.
In October, right now it's the 17th. There's
okay.
The Cowboys are playing at night.
Oh, it's a night game, so you won't cut into the Cowboys.
No, and it's a Sunday afternoon. It's a fun event, and it's a fundraiser for the Literacy Council. $100 a team, 5 people, or 4 if you're smart and you think you want to do it by yourself. You're welcome. But essentially, it's 5 guys, ladies, kids, adults, whatever.
5 brains.
Yeah. And
sharing one space.
That's right. Bodies are not required. Bring 5 brains. And it's fun. It's at the Joy Center. We've got plenty of tables. We'd like to pack it, and we'd like to ask all the high schools to send a team. We're daring them to.
Oh, yeah?
Last year, the Youth Challenge had a high school team, and they won.
I've had so many teenagers tell me they know everything. Well, all right. Let's put money where let's put where the rubber meets the road, and let's see what happens.
I talked to all the big churches last year, hoping one of their Sunday schools, but none of them responded. So I was kind of disappointed.
Well,
but I would like to promote it enough this year that
the
city thinks it's an event, not just some guy over
Game on. Teachers, club, high school club organizers and stuff, start getting your teams together. These kids will be back to school in a couple weeks. First thing, not welcome back to school. Say, hey, how smart are you? Let's sign up for the Knowledge Bowl. But definitely get involved with it. And start getting your I know my American Legion Post, they always, we put a team together and do it and stuff. So
the Eagles,
have a lot
Lions,
of fun.
Toma, are almost always.
Yeah, and usually good snack foods and everything. It's just a good time. It's a little fun. It's like going over someone's house for game night, but it's a little bit bigger.
Sounds very interesting.
But October the 17th, Sunday afternoon.
Roughly 2 to 4.
More details to come as we get closer to the event here. So, very good. Well, thank you guys stay safe, stay cool, stay dry or wet, depending on what you're trying to get to at this point.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you next time or next month.
We appreciate the time.
Anytime, and we'll see you here next month. All right.
Okay, you bet.
All right. It is 9:56. Let's do your Wall Street business update. Quick break before we wrap up the show. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Thursday could bring confirmation of what many Americans already suspect, that the country is in a recession. The gross domestic product report will be released, and that will tell the official story. We'll also be getting updates this week on new home sales and all-important consumer confidence. A closely followed survey in Germany says German business confidence has fallen more than expected this month, hitting a 2-year low. There are worries about higher energy prices, as well as concerns about the prospect of a possible natural gas shortage. Hesitant trading on Wall Street today ahead of a 2-day meeting of the Federal Reserve's Policy-Making Committee. That meeting gets underway tomorrow. Economists expect the central bank to announce another 0.75% hike in short-term rates in a bid to rein in inflation. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
The ENMU Roswell Pool is open for summer 2022, and it's open 7 days a week from 10 to 11 every day for lap swimming and from 11 to 5 for open swim. Just $5 for the whole day. Once you pay, you can stay all day. With full concession stand, lots of covered seating, and more. Swim passes are available, and ENMUR students get it half off. Book the pool for your next party or get-together and run the pool from 6 to 10 p.m. For information and reservations, call 575-624-7305. That's 575-624-7305.
When I'm ready for new furniture, I don't want to wait for it. I go to Glenn's Furniture, where everything is ready for immediate delivery. Beautiful power reclining furniture, gorgeous dining room sets and bedroom sets, and the world's most comfortable mattresses. Glenn's has the quality furniture I'm looking for at the best prices around, in stock and ready to go home. So don't wait around. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, delivering for free since 1953.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 10 o'clock. We got about a minute left before we wrap up today's show. If you missed any part of it, I invite you to check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. We had we replayed our interview with the folks from Healthy Kids Chaves County in the 7 o'clock hour. Kent McInnes, talking old Lincoln days, joined us on the phone in the 8 o'clock hour, and that's coming up August 5th, 6th, and 7th there in the beautiful village of Lincoln. And then, of course, we had the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us at the top of this hour, talking about the health fair happening Saturday the 6th. And then, of course, we just had the folks from Red Cross and the Roswell Literacy Council join us, Larry and Stewart, here just a few minutes ago. So if you missed any part of those interviews, check them out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. Our Roswell's Talk FM YouTube channel, or our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall. You'll find them all there. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have a great one. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.